And start things up. There we go. I move here. Let's start them. Alright. Alright. Okay, get out. Steam. There we go. Alright, let's go. Let's see what is up on the stores. And then we check the news. What did happen over the past week? Oh, let's see. Yeah, there's the scum. The publisher there now. Yeah, here's Jagex. They did obtain them. And this one is in early access also for a while already. Holy shit. The 50th year already. Insane. That one is actually quite alive. I was surprised. Check the SteamDB for online numbers. It is actually quite alive. It's actually still quite alive. The base mechanic is OST indeed. Indeed. Division. I wanted to check the shit fest, but yeah, I can't click it even though I do have it on Epic. When it was for $1 there, I was like, well, shit. I guess that's the proper price for Ubisoft product. I might as well pay that. Alright, what else do we have? Patreon. The Patreon. Thought for some reason I played a demo or something, no? Crashes like crazy, then son. They fuck up the Steam release somehow. Is it the same before? Like, what is it? The game is out for a while already. How we even prepare that? How is that even possible? A Greedful Goddard edition, nice. That's good stuff. Haven't played the demo. I haven't played the demo, I mean. Yeah, the DLC I haven't played. Mixed reviews. Maybe not a bad thing that I haven't played it, to be honest. I can list the news of the week. Yeah, we're gonna read through that. This didn't fix it. Wait, it crashes everywhere for years already. That sounds a bit too much. Sounds a bit good to me. Avengers, damn son. I need to pick that one up on some sale. I forgot about it. I need to get that one. 1998. That's back when Russian game dev was dank, dude. Very dank. When the Cranks, he died in a car accident a few months ago. They did a lot of dank games, man. And their games were indeed very dank. Like every single one is worth it. Well, actually, not sure about every single one. Wait a second. Cranks Productions. What else did they have there? Puzzle point and click. How's Humber Fight? Did they do something new even? Cranks Complete Pack. Yeah, this I guess when they had issues with funding. You can say easily. Yeah, Hammer Fight. What was that? 2D battles, flying machines. Very slashing and stuff. Oh, they were publishing. Alright, so they didn't make it, but they were publishing it. Slatinka shooting. Alright. Cinder to Hollow Knight. Not sure about that one. Like with the weird controls or something, seems like. Flying machines with various slashing, piercing, blonde weaponry, unique combat system, and realistic physics simulation. Oh, I see, okay. Ties the movements of the rider to the movements of your mouse. Man, that kind of sold okay, seems like, though. Oh, sold okay, it's free to play. The fuck? Wait, really? They make it free to play? Alright, I guess. Oh, wait a second. So you buy 2 games for 100 each. And the free game is a third one. And you pay more than if you just buy 2 games separately. That's some powerful magic there, dude. That's how you do bundles in Uganda, dude. Alright. You buy the bundle, you price individual products 200, cost of the package 250. Yeah, I think they probably just recently or something removed the price, I guess, or some shit. And forgot to update that or something. And oh, there was flash version of this one, let's see. That's the High Fleet developer guy. I see. So they published his first game, and then he went all the way and made it on the High Fleet. Interesting. Hey Steve, good morning. How are you doing? And this already with different publishers though. Interesting. There's some lore there. Wait, then the stuff they didn't publish, but yeah, this one I'm gonna play for some at some point for sure. That was some dinkness. Like I heard about it a lot, but never really got to it back in the day. And do indeed look very dink. I would say way too dink even. How's it going, Steve? The KD lab then, it should be, yeah, perimeter. I got already one though, that I also gonna play. And that is also some quality stuff they were making back in the day. 2004. And the RTS Reborn. Yeah, that one was built on terraforming. Like everything was revolving around terraforming stuff. And back then that was quite dank. Building the perimeter. And these guys were indeed pushing back in the day the game design stuff. That was really cool. So we're gonna play that one too. Mechanoids. I think that was also some. Maybe not here, I guess. Yeah, maybe on GOG, and it also sounds familiar. I see, Steve. I see. Oh, it's too huge, too chunky. I see. Yeah, I'll get to that. I will get to that. Now, what else do we have? The One Piece Odyssey, very positive. Alright. People liking them some One Piece in. Kawatiko, mostly positive. Did you do already all the Chivos, hello? Is it already done? It's kind of like barely getting to mostly positive, really. There's people molding about. And why is the molding about? No struggle to survive and thrive. By the time you start to build your city, mankind is so far beyond the initial event that the survival is no longer an issue. Yes, these days I see, and the reusing stuff, they always kinda did that. Clunky surviving Mars underwater expansion pack. Patient but underwater, let's see. Oh, demo was alright, but a little off my alley really there. Surreal puzzle, psychological horror. Hand drawn and everything. Must be AI art. AI art, man. Ban the game. A unique illustration style art design. A world of profound horror. Demo. Oh, the Chinese horror is there. They usually do some dang stuff there for sure. And then they sometimes do some mistakes with leaving some Winnie Pooh pictures in the game, and then they get cancelled from reality. Which one, Stock? No, these devs. Shouldn't have Soundtown went pretty good too, seems like. Oh, that was nice. HQ of the Dark Wild. I saw this somewhere. Disposable android body alive about automating everything. Forming, foraging, crafting, capturing. Assimilate creatures into your production lines. See, okay, see. Nice, Steve, nice. Sounds good, Sounds good, This one might be quite nice. Was this already recent and old reviews? Was it early access or something? Oh, it seems like, I guess, yeah, 1.0 versions. I guess it wasn't early access before. I'll see. So, like some Factorio stuff. Game extremely underbaked. Version 0.8, not 1.0. Almost zero attention to detail. Interesting. People still molding. Too linear, puzzle-like, lacking for an automation game. Too grindy for a puzzle. Yeah, it looks interesting stylistically, at least. The automation genre. Oh yeah, there's toggle already for that too. I'll see. There's the horror stuff. It also went very positive here. Still probably already played, Yeah, I'll see. Alvieri positivo, No, it's multiple episodes. An episode like, alright. The episode structure stars in there. Who'd that be? Multiplayer sci-fi survival game. Hundreds of years in the future. Crafting, construction missions, and PvP on the wild frontier. Damn, son. It reminds me of some other one. Actually, not one even. That was a bunch. Procedural star system. Okay, yes. The No Man's Sky like. Not really so many of those that I kind of just like stopped even being excited about it. I used to be like, oh damn son, that would be nice. Imagine like the huge space one, MMO, and all the people playing and stuff. That they always just shit the bed in the end there. Let's see, Steve, I see. Based on the real events, I see. This one I think we saw last week. Yeah, this is the Slav horror. Released for Christmas, yes, in January 7th. So that you also can tell instantly. Not to mention the environments, of course. And the Slav horror, which is actually really... Yeah, it is, yeah. What's the last time I remember now? Psychological horror. In the genre of a walking simulator. 40 minutes to complete even. Let's see, so okay, see. It's on Game Pass. Maybe I'll try it, we'll see. I think it's in March or something, so unless I'll get the extension on... If Microsoft sends me some more Game Pass, then I would gladly try it out. Some first look Friday material. Empty Shell Prologue. So did they make their own, what was the name? Zero Zevert. Just in a little different environment, sorta. Roguelike. Semi-industrial architecture. Panelka. Panelka means panelny dom. The house made out of panels. So it's like the apartment blocks that are built kind of like Lego from the pre-made, you know, concrete boxes basically, and they just like stack them, connect them, and here you go. Here is your apartment block. That used to be the way to do them back in the day here. I think barely done nowadays anymore. That might be kind of alrighty. Secret facility on the Japanese island, by the way. Keep in mind. So now this game should get all the crazy good reviews because all the weebs should be playing it. I mean, it did get crazy good reviews though, that's for sure. It's a prologue, so it's free, so it's easier to get the good reviews. I guess being in Japan also gonna help. And with some roguelite, let's see. Very hardcore apparently. Dripping with atmosphere. Got the drip. Yeah, this is saw before this one. This one was quite interesting. The deck builder, the Stots builder, I guess you could say. That sounds like a cool concept. Prop night on sale, damn son. Everyone buying them prop nights. A Burger Bistro story. Another simulator. Wasn't there something from the... Was it the same? No, I think it was something else. These guys seem very familiar. Kairosoft Forest Camp story. Yeah, they don't really even like bother too much, dude. We just have all the stories in the world. Oh man, why is it Shiny Ski Resort? It should be Ski Resort story, dude. Come on. Sushi Spinnery. That should be the sushi story. There you go, game dev story. Dungeon Village, where's the story? Hot Springs story 2. Damn son. A new Hot Springs resort theme with a ton of new exclusive features. 32 games, dude. They pumping. They pumping. I wonder if it's also... No, I don't think it's RPG Maker. It's something else, probably. But yeah, it seems like they totally got a lot of use for that engine. That's for sure. Create custom burgers. Where's banana? Any banana there? There's some little burgers. No banana, dude. How is that possible? And then have a bunch of places there. Yeah, they just go ham with using that engine. Holy shit. What else there? Yeah, there was Kiwi actually, right? No, wait. Or? No, it wasn't. No. That wasn't kiwi there. No lemon though. Potato. Just potato in the burger like that? Alright. It kind of seems like there is a kiwi, but there isn't, I think. The corn. The whole corn in the burger. That's an interesting one. That's an interesting one. You're not even like experimenting with some bananas and stuff. Come on, dude. Add more ingredients. What else? Woodward to rebuild there. Oh, that's another simulator stuff. Alright, is it some Playway boys there? Yep. Classic. Dude, this guy's also farming, like holy shit. They insane. How many do they already have? The thing is, like, there's like multiple studios basically, not just Playway. 49 games already, dude. Simulator of a simulator builder. Coming soon. Kinda folks. Card game. Humankind and monster folks live in peace. Every builder destroys a building, yeah. Taco Pizza Cat games, huh? Damn son. I'll give you the gameplay. Some interesting, the familiar style, I guess, also from stealth stuff. Sorta. I get some Yeezys and stuff too, alright. That looks nice though. Okay, let's see. Huh? Some events and everything. In January 2023. There's not that much left for January there. And the buff Patrick Star, yeah. True. That is true. Theseus Protocol. Another car builder. Oh, here we go. Are we again in that time? Are we again in that timeline? Deck building roguelike. The whip building roguelike, seems like. Another one. Dystopian sci-fi world of Mark City. Castle Crusher games. Was it? Don't think so. The style is similar, I guess, in a way you could say so. On the previous one. 17th of January. Very soon. Was it? The Taco Pizza Cat games. Who was that? No. No one, nothing else there. No, something else also. Doesn't look like it. Don't give up a cynical tale. No, this person totally didn't give up. That's for sure. Can you date the wifes? There, son. I'm asking the real questions there. We'll see. It's boring everything. At least that's for sure. I reveal the history behind Mark City and its inhabitants. Turn-based battles, strategic twists, fractured narrative, progressive deck building, influential, colored-fueled weaponry. 3 playable characters, all with unique combat style narrative threads. No, don't think so. I don't think you're dating anything. Probably not. Ooh, Farlanders actually soon. 17th of January. We'll see. I want to play the demo, but yeah, didn't find time yet. Who knows? Who knows? Looks alrighty. Already in upcoming for a while, so we'll see this one though. This one would be nice. January 17 actually, early access. Oh, it's the Paradox, what's the name? Like the Paradox indie branch or something. This one will be very interesting. But the early access, and we'll see. Yeah, this to me looks better than Aquatica, at least from stylistically, you know. I like this more. And this one looks more dank. More greedy there. So we'll see. That one has some dank survival stuff there too, right? I think. It's from the trailer, I remember there was something about it. Overcome the fear. Yeah, there's some shit in the water. Shit in the water. Yeah, I think they should be safe. I think there should be. Maybe not in early access, but probably will be. We'll see, we'll see. That'd be something I wouldn't mind checking out. Scrap games, what was that? 3D side scrolling, beat 'em up. Plays a roboto, NPC games. The robot character, I see. It's similar to Roboco. I mean, it's about robots, so I guess. I'm not sure if it's similar though. You build robots there, don't fight with them. Except trying to hit that pinata there though. A Grace Counter GM on the Giga Weeb stuff. A replayable bullet hell style shooter. Now wants you to play dangerously. The first person of underwater worker, yeah. I was afraid of what's in the water. Well, and when it's also deep, you don't know exactly what is there, you know. That's the main thing. The demo version. Alright. The super bullet hell is not my jam, really. I'm not gonna lie. A stencil. Oh, Souls-like. Let's go. Long time no see. Slush your way through a stencil. Dark fantasy action. And where's Third Mask? He would love that. Traverse across corrupted maze-like city fighting horrors. Let's see, Silpo, I see. Man, that looked like Bloodborne animation there. That does look like Bloodborne animation sometimes, not gonna lie. Like those dodges and stuff. They really remind you. See. Can't see the haters. True. Yeah, si ça va passer, hein. Technically every city, if you don't know, it's true, yeah. It depends how dense it is, I guess. This is also interesting. That dank, a big demo available actually. Damn son, we can actually check it. Can actually check this dankness. Maybe it's not too bad even. Actually, when was the release? The big demo. Maybe will be time sometime. 19th of January. No, that's not gonna be probably time. We'll see, because next week I think there will be some other stuff I'll need to play. I think so. Space for the Unbound. Slice of life adventure game, the beautiful pixel art. In the late 90s, ruled Indonesia. It's about overcoming anxiety, depression, and the relationship between the boy and a girl with the supernatural powers. Damn son. I say, the decisions. Yeah, the prologue also for that one. I think I remember the prologue. Seen that before. Interesting. Alright, the hidden gems line. Nothing here. Saw that. Saw that. Saw that technically too. What a dimension. Remember that one is the clicker or something. The auto. Oh, the auto clicker even sort. Seen that before. The pizza sim, I think it was the last time. It's like January Dead. There's like nothing new. I'm gonna show the stuff we saw before. Space Marine 2. That's a good one to show, but there's still no date or anything, so kinda no point seeing it, dude. Feels bad, man. We still gotta wait to God knows how long. At least it says this year. We'll see about that. Diana Cruises. Another one of those is always about depression. Well, I mean, you know, that's the main thing a lot of people experiencing nowadays. Before it was all about, you know, love, happiness and stuff. Now it's all about depression and anxiety. What a time to be alive. Oh yes, the cooperative first-person shooter set aboard a massive starship. I see. Yeah, team up a difference an infinitely replayable fight against alien hordes. It's this one. I thought it was the what's the name? The Mogus like. The one was also like in a similar style there. A return to Abyss. Another one. The Survivor is like. A Vampire Survivor is like. A mowing survival game, that's how it's called nowadays. And with roguelike simulator elements, upgrade your weapons and use your fighting skills. Tens of thousands monsters on screen. Damn son. CLSC, Hilton, hello. Neither game specifically not about depression and anxiety, but they help you beat it. They help you defeat it. Thank you guys. And the waifu survivor. There's already like plenty of waifu survivors too, actually. Like more waifu focused too, I guess. And the Nordic Ashes. Survivors of Ragnarok. 10th of December. Oh, another one. Oh yeah, this is the Viking survivors now. Another one. Second, this one. Here we go. Rika. Sure. Lost World, survival video game with single and co-op modes. Open world and first-person view. That is very descriptive. And that defines like probably like a few hundred of those. Yeah, like Rust Arc and all. Second of November, early access. Actually, some reviews there. So I guess that did kinda do something. Even though it looks like plenty of other ones, to be honest. I guess people just want to survive in another one. Yeah, the caretakers. Oh, this one is out. This one is out. It's in early access, I think, before. Yeah, 1.0. 3D Grand Strategy RPG. Post-apocalyptic Afro-futurist world. That one had some like Dane car stuff. Wait, I don't have any video trailer actually. It's an interesting decision. Good reviews. Yeah, that's actually kind of quite surprising. I remember this game. Was it like on some event or something they showed that was kind of looking... Well, I mean, if you have no trailer and stuff, that just kind of already probably kind of cucks a whole bunch of people out of even seeing what it is about. Grand Strategy RPG, yeah. Or is it not Grand RPG? The aesthetic wasn't that interesting. It's just strategic, didn't feel strategic at all. That was early access though. But early access like a while ago, let's put it that way too. Don't like dunking on the EA titles so early. It seems like past like initial early access kind of boosted, just didn't get anything. Like they were like, is there something even like fresh after they released out of early access? Okay, 13th of January, alright. Pre-ordered ages ago. Feels more like a student project. Lots of interesting ideas, poorly executed. Well, yeah, that's how it goes. That's when a lot of stuff suffers. You just have some cool ideas and stuff, and you want to make them all work and everything, but then you kind of forget that you are not AAA studio. Not even AA, not a single A really. Yeah, let's say they got like one review since the early access release. Oof. Too buggy in its current state for my tastes. Dude, like, you played for what, 12 minutes? Like, what you even, which kind of bugs you even see in 12 minutes of like playing something from start to finish? Like, it even like probably crashes like once in that time, if it does. You just don't have time to crash more, really, I feel, in 12 minutes. Let's be unlucky. That might be something interesting to check at some point. Like a bit obscure, you know, kind of original stuff that didn't really take off. Seems good, huh? Actual bug enemies in the game. I mean, it could be something like that bad that you just kind of, after 12 minutes, you just kind of say no and left. And leave, but again, it's kind of like, you know, you need like few occurrences to, you know, like you need a couple of dots to draw the line that is too buggy, right? Like I started Oblivion today, and in the less than 12 minutes it crashed and everything, you know, but that doesn't, you know, mean that it's like completely buggy. I mean, it is, we know, but we know because we played a bunch and we know about it a bunch, right? But when you don't know, Heart-Shaped Games LLC. Jianghu Survivor. Oh, and another one. Damn, they just like rained the survival. The survival likes to me today. Holy shit, it's the third one. With online co-op even. The demo. Let's take the time to make our own. Let's go. I already got an idea. Like the game dev adventure is gonna start like in the end of this month, and I'm probably gonna start like first like with some segments where we're just gonna be like discussing and like figuring out what to do exactly. I kind of have ideas, not the survivors like, but I'm kind of like curious even about that stuff. Just to try even out of the mechanical interest. The features, yeah. Yeah, it was like this is some sort of like post-apocalyptic survival. I don't think anyone did really yet. Hard to say though. Is there like already some sort of tag for these? No, not really. Seems like not really. Hardest to make these? I think it shouldn't be too crazy. It's like collision, I guess, and stuff you will need. You know, it is still, you know, as any game, it's gonna be kind of hard. But like outside of like the basis, I think this is kind of like not that hard yet. The AI is just, you know, follow the character basically. And collision is only on like basically this like huge rocket. You know, how many of these this huge rocket will pass? I guess, you know. The price they ask for those games, yeah. It could be interesting just out of like a lot of people, you know, do platformers and stuff. For example, platformers, I don't know, like I'm just not a huge fan of genre itself, right? Personally, kind of. And something like this might be at least kind of cool to make. And you know, platformer, you kind of need to like add a whole bunch of stuff to make it enticing for people to play already, and just to try, right? You made something, and like you guys, well, here you go, like for free, even like for example, you can try. As these do, I see. The same thing over and over. Sorta, yeah, that's the thing. I think it's mostly about like different, stylistically different things, if you like the style or not, and some like changes here and there in terms of like, yeah, some like have some sort of perks, you know, some have like some different weapons you pick up, some card mechanics and everything, you know, how much your imagination can go. Oh yeah, this one is also co-op though, actually. I see like a lot of like, yeah, people mentioning the co-op. So I guess that's what bought it. That's what bought some people here. With this one has some co-op. Copy a lot of ideas, but without any of the soul. Experience that drops doesn't make a sound when you pick it up. Oh man, feels bad, man. There's multiplayer, and that's all you need really. Interesting. Anomalies and artifacts, yeah, something like that. Some like, you know, like the radiation implementation or something, you know. I could think of something. Same game again from another dev. I think it's kind of like more of the just diversity thingy. It's like, you know, someone maybe already grinded the Vampire Survivors for some time, and then they want to like, you know, just like the change of scenery basically. Nice, Robin, nice. Fancy. The Oilers there. So yeah, it's kind of like probably just people who want a little diversity there. Especially since, like, well, this one is like actually even kind of chunky, but like something like 2 minutes till dawn or something, it also costs like a couple of dollars. So for some people, I guess it's like, you know, pretty low price to pay for like the change of skin of the game, basically. Like I buy the skin for the game, really. They tired of Vampire Survivors. Now they want like some weeb waifus with huge boober running around. Well, here you go. You have that now. Yeah, they got a lot of content for it. That's for sure. That's for sure. Let's see. I see. Yeah, you just kind of get bored of some. Like some people like, you know, grinding like deep. Some people just like do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then you kind of want to move on to something else. So you get like another one that is also new classes, new stuff. It's fun to start, it's fun to try, and then you kind of just bored of it and ready to move to another one. I played 20 minutes till dawn for a bit and it was fun while it lasted for a few hours, and then I kind of just like, whatever. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ooh, right, what else do we have? Another tourism. With the fresh indie sale and Warhammer sale. Insane. And RimWorld with 20% discount. Amazing. Amazing. Being a dick on sale. It doesn't look like something you want to click on. For sure. Slay the Spire on sale. New releases, Fear 3. Interesting. Much new. I mean, for GOG scale, I guess. Sanub, did I greet you before? Hello, sir. It do be a porn game, I see. We have experts talking. I'll trust that judgment. And the power of 10. Save room organization puzzle. Oh, this one I think is like the basically kind of like Resident Evil storage simulation. The puzzle stuff. That concept quite interesting. Need to fit as much stuff as possible in. Make all the items fit in your inventory. It's got a nice small thingy for $2 especially. But I mean, you also can play some game with that shit, to be honest, too. 40 unique handmade levels. Oh, and you're combining things too. Okay, I see, alright. Oh, combine things and load in the guns. I see, interesting. Interesting. CLSC. Interesting one. The boxing manager. Yeah, all the world, the secret, and the profane I might try next week. I think it might be kind of hard to like just showcase sort of just the one of the mechanics for it, but yeah, Who Did the Horse is at it again, so they're gonna hook me up with the DLC. So we'll see. There's gonna be more focus on the religion stuff in here. We'll see, we'll see. I might give it a go. A little bit of that, a little bit of that. 10 rounds of Deagle, yeah. New historical characters, Cold City projects, new events. Some of it there'll be some sort of like scenario where you can just kind of like use all those mechanics to the full just to check it out. There's descent mechanics, Cold City projects, 6 new historical characters over 10 new character traits, clergy characters, new events, 350 plus new events. Insane. Let's see, what did I see? Through. Oh, the Rikai wanted to see? Some that's a river. This one? What does that do? Oh, is it also another witch sim? Is it another wannabe Baba Yaga simulation or something they made? Collecting herbs and stuff, I see. More witch simulations there. A witch's cottage base building system. Damn, son. That's one way to call it. I'll be the witch. Yeah, the chicken leg cottage. Let's see. I'll see. Who else do we have here? Oh yeah, here's the Warhammer, a Mark of Chaos. Oh, was Latvian actually mentioning it yesterday? There it is. There it is. A Mark of Chaos is here. All the dang sales. All the dang Warhammer games in the sale. On sale, rather. Yeah, what else do we have? What was the mainframe defenders? That's some dang discount there too. What is that? Who'd that be? Destroy all infected nodes. It looks like a little hard to comprehend from what you see, but kind of interesting too. The research unlocks upgrades. Fabricator squad items. That's the squad. You can design your stuff even, damn son. Yeah, it's a little also kind of not that simple to comprehend with no proper video. Right, there's gifts at least. Let's go. Just tactical turn-based stuff. For $1? Quite impressive, huh? Small team of hobbyists. Oh, it's February 2020. From $5 to less than 1. That's the price. That's a good price. Hero's not on sale anymore. Still in best-selling. Still sliding down there. There's a lot of Warhammer on sale there. And everyone buying some Chaos Bane. Damn son. After buying that one. 3.5 out of 5, huh? That was the GOG exquisite connoisseurs. Bugs. German reviews. The meme fire warrior. Sadly waste of money. Another just Diablo clone, nothing more. Very short. Performance was less than great. I mean, it seems like it. Too easy, not a quality game. Compared to Diablo 3. Diablo 3 except somehow even more boring. A lot of hate on Diablo 3, man. Diablo 3 a clone with multiplayer problems. Quite dull. Like just like comparing to Diablo 3 just means it's kind of like it's garbage, dude. Why hate? I think it was alright. Maybe not the best one, but it was alright. But it was alright. Not complete garbage. Demon's Roots and Demon's Roots unrated. I see. Wait, what the fuck? Deep Weeb, eh? What? Sounds like Deep Web, but no, it's actually Deep Weeb, eh? Alright, well, here you go. You got the game. What exactly is the Deep Weeb, eh? Fine. That can't be full on porn game, I guess. Doesn't look like it, at least. Action simulation sci-fi. Deep Weeb is the long-awaited cosmetic DLC. Oh, for Rings of Saturn, alright. A whole new level of personality to your gameplay experience. The DLC transforms all crew portraits into anime characters. Damn, son. For $3. What the fuck? That's it? The game is fucking $8 and you paid 3 more just to make portraits into weeb shit? What the fuck? 2.3 out of 5 rating. Man, that's how you know game there. You just milk weebs, eh? We're selling our game for $8. Well, let's sell the DLC with just weeb portraits for $4 basically with no sale. For half the price of the full game, we're just gonna sell some portraits. Easy. The next step, we get some, like, you know, some booba and everything also there introduced. That should gonna make even more. The booba update for the DLC for $1 more or something. Easy. Let's get a mod. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, usually it's just mods. I mean, obviously, like, now someone needs to make a mod, right? It's also effort and stuff. I do agree, but still, like, half of the game price just to change portraits? Like, come on, man. Yeah, you could, yeah, just get the portraits, like, run them through the app that just, like, makes them anime style and just put them back in the game. Poof. Here's half the price of the game. A good thing there is no, like, hover preview. Even though this is not an unrated version, but still. Thank you, GOG. Well, we get the filters now that you're adding all the fucking porn trash. So you can remove that. Yeah, that's the power of 10. What that one exactly about? Cargo. Oh, only just like go. Fighting like that, alright. There's one game that I'm gonna play also made in the good times when things were made here. That has combat similar to this as a part of it. But it has a bunch of other things on top of that, so... It's pretty nice game there. Gonna do that at some point. Plan to for a while already. $5 Cyberpunk 2077 mobs exactly. Best store ever, man. Damn, Bjorn still didn't sub. Shaking my SMH. Stop browsing, dude. What is this shit? It's time to commit. Thermonuclear. Space Rangers, yeah. Sawn-off shotgun. Some big stuff there. I thought about nuclear. To just explore different stuff. The ruined cities in Europe. Monka is. Browsing that comic book store, yeah. It's a bunch of different missions there. $6. Game really buggy. Really unfun. Alright. Crappy graphics glitches. Tactical RPGs. Alright. Seems like not that crazy good, Not that crazy good, seems like. Yeah, what else do you have there? Criminal expert, what is that? Who that be? It's the FMV. The visual novel with some FMV stuff there. Yeah, FMV stuff, I'm kind of like not that huge. Like, if anything, it's better than the RPG I played on First Look Friday a couple days ago, when it's like FMV sorta, but it had this like filter run through it and everything, and it just kind of made us those old RPGs and stuff, pixelated and stuff. That was kind of cool. That I like. Just playing FMV just kind of feels weird. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. Not a huge fan. Upcoming Season Pass 2 for Pathfinder for $30 fucking, dude. What the fuck, man? Holy shit. The most important is like most of these are Not that good even. Let me see, like GOG might don't have enough reviews. Oh yeah, can I get? Oh yeah, Wrath of the Righteous. Wrath of the Righteous is available. It's funny because Wrath of the Righteous is available here, and the first game doesn't. First game isn't, rather. Yeah, Season Pass mixed reviews already. Season Pass 2 already got positive somehow. Wait, so there is 4 actual DLCs, which, I mean, I'm not sure this is even like Commander Pack. That sounds kind of like skins or something. OST digital map. Okay, yeah, that's kind of like the pre-order edition, basically. There's 3 actual DLCs. Mixed. Yeah, mixed and mixed. And this is the roguelike one, also mixed. It's like 3 mixed, like you basically like get much as the game price full. 1,500 basically. So you pay like half. Well, if you want all the DLCs, you pay pretty much more than the game costs even. And you get like not much really. Not sure which one is even like the full blown. This is just the roguelike stuff. This is just the roguelike stuff. I mean, it was alright. Latvian also liked this one, but like as a full-fledged DLC, I'm not sure. And selling like 2 season passes, like, man, that's already kind of like a red flag for me, really. Sometimes it gets too much. Also, what for? What even is a part of it? Let me see. So this contains... okay, so this one contains 3 DLCs, including the roguelike stuff. That has no, like, story or something whatsoever. New additional campaign, new additional campaign. Alright, so you basically kind of need only 2 here. And Season Pass 2 doesn't even have anything, but it already got positive reviews somehow. Yeah, 3 more DLCs that are not even out. Why is it positive then? Addicted to this game and bought the second season pass. I was already in November even. Next 3 DLC looks really, really bad. Doubling down on useless standalone content. What exactly? New companion. New standalone campaign. That's not sure. Don't want to spoil too much about it, I guess. We'll get there. Yeah, we'll get there. I blame Borderlands 2 for all the multiple season pass bullshit. I'm actually not sure who did. Because Ubisoft also was doing that a lot. There was like all these like seasons, like season DLCs, or like a year 1, year 2 pass and stuff like this in some games. Like Anno, for example, has that, I think. Not sure if it was exactly Borderlands, but might be. Borderlands in general had like a very weird, convoluted structure of all the DLC. There was just way too much shit there. Alright, let's see what's at the epic. Is there something interesting there all of a sudden? That's your idea? I mean, Bethesda stuff I think mostly is kind of like, so far, was mostly kind of like plain. You just like, you have a game, you have like 3-4 DLCs for it, and I think Game Pass just, not Game Pass, the Season Pass just gives you all the DLCs, that's it. That's fine by me. I'm not a huge fan still, and like Fallout 4 DLCs, for example, mostly were garbage. Like, there was only like 1 that was actually like really good, and the rest was mostly like skippable. Like Fallout 3 had 1 that was good, and kind of at least like alright in single player ones. At least 2 more, I think. I don't remember. Like Zeta was kind of garbage, but at least, you know, there was still some sort of like storyline sort of you go through. The Swamp one, that one was Point Lookout, right, or something. That one was good. Very good. What else was there even? I don't remember. If I don't remember, then maybe it wasn't good at all, but I try to remember who else was there. There should be 1 or 2, I think, right? In Fallout 3. Oh, the Anchorage. Anchorage was... I mean, they all kind of just like another map to shoot stuff. Oh, and the pit too. Anchorage and the pit. Alright. The pit was good, yeah. Pit was alright. Pit was alright. Point Lookout was alright. Good. Anchorage and Zeta were kind of mad. Just kind of more shooting, I guess. More weapons, more enemies. No story almost. Almost no story. But at least something. And then in Fallout 4, you get... Far Harbor was super good. And that's it. Like, the robot stuff was kind of like more of an addition, I guess, to the game with like some quest or something to it and whatever. A Raider, the Nuka-Cola stuff, the Raider area was kind of also meh. I think if you basically not playing as a bad one, then you just don't even have anything to do in that DLC, if I remember correct. Just like the trial to get into area, and then you just can kind of like kill everyone, and that's it. And I think like another DLC was some like cosmetic stuff or something. Is that it was Giga Kraken trash? Kinda, but at least it like was, you know, something. Because yeah, in 4 it was nothing. Yeah, well, it wasn't bad. Robot stuff wasn't bad. It was just kind of like... It was like a quest line, I think, right? Even like in the game world, and then it opens those like robot like crafting stuff or whatever, right? And that's it. Like they were all half-arsed. Like 3 at least had like, you know, more content and like more things to do, like more story to play, more fights and stuff. And the 4 kind of had more additions to mechanics and everything. But the Far Harbor was really good. Far Harbor, I really enjoyed it. That was good. Far Harbor was actually like the best part of Fallout 4, I guess. Let's put it that way. New Vegas was really nice in terms of DLCs, though. New Vegas, for example, was amazing. The best quest line in Fallout 4? That could be. But it was just literally one quest. Like, when I did my stream playthroughs, it pretty much was like, in 3, you kind of go through a bunch of stuff. In 4, you just play Far Harbor. Everything else is mostly just kind of like, there's nothing to do almost. Vegas is really good, though. Vegas... I guess Dead Money, I remember initially I kind of didn't like. But on stream I was playing already with melee build, so... Dead Money was way better already. In Honest Hearts, I kind of liked... Old World Blues was super good, and Lonesome Road was kind of like alright. It was okay. I think I kind of already was like overdosing on all the Fallout and New Vegas too by the time I was doing on stream already. Lonesome Road, so I was already kind of like just like let's get it through, especially since there's like no story or something really. Well, there is a storyline, the middle one, right? But there's kind of no point doing more stuff really. Yeah, in those DLCs, the good stuff was that you have like this like overarching storyline over all the DLCs. So you just kind of like, you know, it's interesting to go from DLC to DLC just because there is this storyline going on. It just was kind of like, I think I played them even like at the time they were coming out and stuff, and it was like, you know, like when you get to understand that you probably like everything is about this like Ulysses guy and stuff, and you're gonna meet him, that was kind of like exciting. I like that part. That was good, eh? But yeah, as I said, it was just like 4 DLCs, and I don't remember if there was... I think there was Season Pass, right? Like, you get Season Pass, you get everything. So you buy the game, you buy Season Pass, or you buy some like super giga edition of the game with Season Pass. Like, I mean, I don't like the concept of DLCs in general still, but I mean, that's just the reality we deal with, right? So like, okay, fine, I'm fine with that. But when they start already like DLC, like Season Pass 3, bruh, come on, dude. And the Burn Man and the last DLC didn't like, I see. see the cowboys and robot legions in post-apocalypsis. I mean, I kind of like. I mean, in general, yeah, Fallout is kind of like more on the meme side with post-apocalyptic stuff. I do agree with that, but like I think it's kind of explained pretty well, and it's still made interesting. It is kind of made interesting. A Lonesome Road was pretty boring. It kind of was, yeah. It was nice in terms of like adding a bunch of weapons, but it was just fighting. And just fighting through to get through the main story, sorta. And it was kind of like dragging a bit, I guess, yeah. Because it's all about the final encounter, basically. That's it. The cowboys are not that silly, though, I would say. The Legion I could see being a bit out of place, but yeah, that's Fallout. That's Fallout. I need to play Wasteland then. Wasteland is even more silly, you could say, with things they did there. And it's still kind of, as long as it's all, you know, well written and stuff, why not? We don't know, thankfully, and hopefully won't know anytime soon what's gonna happen with, you know, with the people and communities and their brains after the bombs drop. Dead Money, like, first impression of Dead Money, I didn't like it. But yeah, that was like, with like Energy, I think, builder or something, and they took everything from you, right? And I was just kind of like, not a huge fan. Not a huge fan. And then in my second playthrough on stream already, I was with Melee, and it was already like completely different story. Then I just like blazed through it. In the first playthrough, you just get this like revolver or some other little shit, and you just kind of like barely do any damage to those guys, right? And then the ammo is kind of limited, so it was kind of like not very fun. And then like in the on stream already was like with melee stuff. You just go in and just destroy them, done. So it's way less annoying. Alright, what else do we have? What do we have on Epic then? Valorant, of course. Brain DLC only got carried by scientists. The area was boring overall. I mean, it wasn't that crazy. Yeah, the area itself wasn't that super crazy, but like the storyline and everything of the area was all right. And some like side little storylines with like the talking suit and stuff like this was also kind of okay. Just finding all those like different pieces of gear and stuff that were talking. Last of Us Part 1, March 3, Depths on. Probably not available here though, right? I bet. It is actually. Huh, interesting. And PlayStation returning their stuff quietly, I'll see. They realized that everyone just buys their shit in Turkey anyway. Might as well try to make something. This one I think not, because EA, right? Yeah, this one is not. Alright. The best part was when they gave you the Kerbal Space program for free, right? In December and January. And then like you open the email after a few days, like a couple days ago, and you get the refund for $0 from Epic. Like, the fuck? And apparently publishers decided to take back the gifts, you know. Nice. Because you live in the wrong country, bro. I give it back. Take this $0 back in return as a refund. Wait, game deck actually for free. Yeah, I heard that one is really good. So I do recommend. Can we get it? I don't think so. Can we? Ah, free shit. I'll take it, man. Give me the free shit. Boom. Feels good, man. Yes, he's okay. So, a game deck is an interesting one. Can't take that for free, unless they're gonna take it back also. Later. Bogus. It's one game you never play. Well, maybe. Maybe never. Maybe one day. Game Deck I played the demo. But that was kind of interesting, but then they made the release price way too much. So I kind of skipped on it. Yeah, and later I just kind of learned that it's kind of more of kind of this like detective game rather than like super dank RPG and stuff. So I was like, whatever. For that price especially. Now it's free. Yeah, but now it's also a bunch of other games that's stacked on top, so doubt it. The writing was a bit distant sleeper, I see. Demo was kind of alrighty, but yeah, it was demo. I guess they just kind of like worked on it and polished it really well to make it appealing. Salinera. What is this? Billy. No trailers, nothing. Oh, is this one? Alright, I think we saw this one before on Steam or something. Yeah, I remember. I recognize this one at least. I think we did. That's the news. Yeah, here we saw. How's that one? Let's see. What was that? Available for pre-order. Released in January. 4 color sets, the pre-order skins and stuff. What's the game about, bro? Yeah, froggies at least, yeah. Frogs and Fury Agenda. Whatever, I'll see it in the store. Oh, there it is. There it is. They sure got the frog there. Oh, is it like one person is like controlling the giant and another the frog, or some other fury? Simultaneously control sword wielding robot and a gunslinging space frog. At the sock outer jar. At the best friend mode, solo team up with the friend, taking control of either the frog or the robot. Let's see. 4-player online co-op even. Insane. Sounds horrible. Well, I mean, it's basically like the one who controls the robot is like doing the most control, like movement and slashing, and you just second person is just kind of turret on the top, I guess, just shooting. So like not that horrible, I think. Not that horrible to control. A person that just controls the shooting feels kind of probably a bit scuffed. Maybe we can like switch really fast though. That'll be kind of cool to make. Just like one button switch roles or something. Or maybe if it's like a boss fight or something, it switches role on person and on purpose, you know, and you suddenly control someone else. That would be kind of cool. Confusing though, but still. Since it's just the meme co-op stuff. Hitting memes hello. For the co-op stuff, that would be fun, I feel. Alright, what else? What else do we have? Yeah, basically. Okay, what was this one? Ballads of Hongya? I think we saw this one. Sounds familiar. No, maybe not. We should release them. That's very cheap too. Unique city builder strategy game. Carefully plan to complete the various challenges, different environments, new city, alright. So what we do there, that's the city building stuff. Not being gunner and planetful, I see. Could stay, could be. Some super gadgets there and stuff. At the powder punk. Like it doesn't show exactly the gameplay though, that's the thing. Like it shows you like how it kind of all looks with no UI and stuff, but like how it exactly play. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, I saw this one, I remember. Can zoom in, come on. Yeah, there is some stonks and stuff. They can zoom in here. Research stuff, alright, mixed on Steam. Interesting. Mixed on Steam. The price is very... Oh, wait, there's like 2 times more here. What? Interesting. I picked 2 times cheaper there. Ooga. Easy life. Mixed, but recent, mostly probably because early access or something. A major update on the way. Design, sure. Doesn't act like a city builder. In November. Stunning look, terrible balance. Refunded until sandbox mode is added. Constantly being rushed and can't enjoy the atmosphere. Play city building game with kind of ancient or a little fantasy theme. Then play this, I thought, be like the other city building, which is planning the city layout, manage the resources, whatever you want. Instead of that, it forces player to do the tutorial quest for like an hour every time you go on the new game. 2 mode in this game, just challenge mode and peaceful mode. There are no big difference between these two. Quests to do, but you can just place the buildings in any spot to finish the quest. Don't even have to build the road to connect all the buildings because you need to unlock the ability to build the road. Kept doing the quest for almost an hour. It was so annoying. Guess you need to put the stuff exactly precisely where they want you to. Such dang blur, yeah. Not sure, not sure. It seemed like a lot of people came for like one type of game, got another type of game. Everyone else seems kind of enjoying it. Takes ages to load. Interesting. Still couldn't run the game on ultra low. Alright. Players misunderstand the game means there's a problem with the presentation marketing. I'm quite disappointed, and like the others say, the addition of sandbox mode is necessary for a city building game. Especially it's an eye-catching game like this. Refunded until sandbox mode is added. Interesting. It's a really nice insight actually to keep track. Because for me, for example, in strategies like this, I don't like sandbox because I get bored of that really fast. I like some sort of campaign that gives you like different types of like challenges, you know, and kind of like entertains you a bit. Because if it's just sandbox, I just kind of like try everything for an evening or so, and then it's just like out. But that's an interesting insight here. city builder with some ghost limits could be cool. Don't realize that the ghosts completely overrun the game. And you have no options to build your cities the way you want them at all. Developer response, let's see. Hear him, Chris. From my understanding, if the developer responses to other comments, they have no plan to add a free build option. Oh, I see. There's a peaceful mode, but it's the same goals as the story mode without a timer, so still no freedom to build how you wish. Also have this grading system after every level completed, and I'm not sure it's even possible to get good grades, and maybe it just comes later in the game. It's sort of a bad experience. Part of the content you mentioned is already in the process of adjustment. About the disaster, another system optimization will also in progress, and also open the next phase of development plan. Adjust the core gameplay content at the same time, add more casual mode to meet your needs. Like just say like we're gonna make sandbox mode. Because they're calling like more casual mode, I don't know. So they kind of like didn't really plan to, but looks like after all the reviews, they decided to actually go for it. Maybe these previews look great. Absolutely not one single thing in the game renders near 10% as well. Yeah, they pretty much just like copy pasting the same response to everyone. Not happy seems like. Yep. Just the same copy pasted there. Yeah, the tech stuff a little bit different though, but yeah, because of the tech issues, yeah, a lot of people would really like good PCs seems like having issue with performance. But the response to these, probably some also just copy pasted there. Tech issues. Alright, I see. Don't like it, come to Discord. Basically, yeah. Yeah, yes, that's how it usually goes. But yeah, they went like you need to place this, you need to build this building, and you need to place it right there. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Some games do that stuff though. It's the worst when they also kind of like don't like properly indicate where to put it. It's just like you need to put it there, like blinks or something shows, and then it's gone, and you kind of like put it somewhere. Nah, it's not exactly like that. You needed to put it exactly that way there. That's kind of rare though nowadays, I would say. A lot of people issues with frame rate and performance, and many people just issues with tried for only 30 minutes, already got annoyed. Looks nice, love the music also. What a review. Yes, they graphics not as good as it's advertised. The name is your mom's pussy, damn son. The quality reviewers there, man. Well, I mean, 19 hours, you know, that's dedication. The mom's pussy is dedicated. Yeah, it's just a copy paste stuff again too. Don't go in the game expecting the most regular city builder game. Let's see. This way? Yeah, I think it was Aquatico or something. Yeah, Aquatico also had that stuff apparently. Yeah, I think so. Where you need to build things specifically. Ooh, right. Hey, Pony. Alright, check all this stuff. Let's get to some of them game in the news, but one moment, just gonna go close balcony. A bit cold, be right back. Alright. Alright. Oh, factory for 1k, yeah. Sure is, sure is. Oh, 1k, what a steal. Alright. Well, let's see what is up. Already pre-ordering Pogwarts there. Let's see. Oh, see. Soon. You'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it. Probably I keep doing my shit there. Continue. Alright, let's get to them game news. The price for Hogwarts? That was just like some Giga edition or something. That was a mistake from Epic, I think, because you can buy it here anyway. You can't buy it. That was probably some sort of like super deluxe edition or something. That was like what? 5k, 7k, I don't remember what was the price, but yeah, I think it was like some geeky edition, because normally you can't buy it. It was an Epic too, I think. They already fixed it. I can't see it, which is weird because Star Wars is still here and you also can't buy it. We don't have it. It ain't here. You know, 9k. Yeah, it was some probably digital deluxe or something. Like some $100, 100 something bucks edition that they also made. Directly translated in our currency, but it's not available here, so. It just showed up there for a second, but when you press on it, there was nothing, so couldn't even buy it anyway. Damn, Steve. You're actually not gonna get the super edition? Insane. I see. Well, I mean, wait when it's out, see what it is, and then decide for yourself. That's probably a good idea to do so. Alright, then let's get to the menus. And what do we have? Let's go. Xbox and Bethesda Developer Direct coming later this month. January 25th. That is Wednesday, and that was 9 p.m. European time, I think. So we're gonna watch that. We're gonna watch that, even though it seems like it's gonna be garbage. Like it's gonna be Arcane Austin Mojang Turn 10 Studios ZeniMax Online. So it's gonna be probably Elder Scrolls Online, Forza, Minecraft Legends, and Redfall. It's 45 minutes, alright. So that is kind of like nothing for us to see, really. The latest regions of Tamriel to become playable in ESO. A major new feature coming in the game's biggest update this year. Damn, son. Some big ESO stuff there. Minecraft Legends upcoming PvP multiplayer experience, them son, and then Redfall. So I kind of don't really care about anything there, to be honest. But yeah, we'll see about Redfall. Yeah, there is ESO chapter reveal event, I see, yeah. Well, I mean, they're probably gonna like show some sort of like epic trailer and stuff, right? And then after show, they're gonna go more in detail on the event. I wouldn't even mind really doing some ESO stuff, but yeah, it's an MMO, no matter what. So that's a commitment. So maybe one day at some point, but yeah. The last update, they actually contacted me to play ESO, but I was doing something else, and I kind of like MMO again. So I was like, nah. Yeah, we'll see about, yes, showcase several minutes of gameplay from Redfall. Worth it for some story. Well, I could on like when it's like some dry season, could I could. We'll see. Sucks solo. I mean, you just can do it for the story and stuff too. There is already like the Morrowind the Morrowind stuff there, right? I think and everything. So why not? Could be kind of interesting. Still far from like the Super Elder Scrolls enjoyer though, with all the lore knowledge, but still could be kind of interesting. Final Fantasy 16 producer Naoki Yoshida isn't sure why people are talking about a PC release. During recent Final Fantasy 14 stream, Yoshida, who is director on that game, was asked about rumors surrounding a PC version of Final Fantasy 16, and he responded, "I don't know where the notion of a PC version releasing 6 months after the game is out came from, as none of us have ever said that." According to translator, as reported by Eurogamer, followed it up with 2 instances urging fans to buy the PS5 version. Why? Just buy PS5, huh? According to translation by Siliconera, Yoshida also said there's been talk that the PC version will come out, but no one on the team has said anything about the PC version. I wonder why people assume the PC version will arrive 6 months after the PS5 version. So just go ahead and buy a PS5. Huh? Oh, the 4-headed device, man. Okay, I think if, it doesn't say here, but I think he said himself or something. The talk of PC version of the game stems from promotional PS5 video released last year that says in small print that Final Fantasy 16 will be PS5 exclusive for 6 months. Yeah. I think they said that themselves even, that it's gonna be like the timed exclusive or something. Like, it's such a PPG stuff, dude. Like, let's pretend, Later apologize for just get a PS5 comment. Yeah, this is like legendary like figure in like Final Fantasy 14 community sorta, right? Like everyone is fucking jerking off to his portrait and stuff. But like, you know, it's gonna with the stuff like this, gonna lose all the legendary status. Come on, man, just get PS5. What's the problem with that? Yes, these days, I see. That was just out of context stuff, I see. Yeah, that's the thing. You're gonna need to see the... Yeah, it's just a talk with community or something. It wasn't like the text, right? Yeah, it's not the clickbait article. It's just like the... What's the name? Just the phrase wasn't as forehead as it expected, I guess. Let's put it that way. Could be, still could be. Well, I mean... Yeah, it probably doesn't mean that it's gonna be on PC 6 months after exactly, but it just means that it's gonna be probably. They just like not allowed probably to mention that as always, because whenever like the PlayStation is involved, they don't like other platforms to be anywhere around. So gotta pretend now. Forza Horizon 5 creative director, 5 other Playground staff start new studio to build a premium open world game. Another open world. The new studio is called Maverick Games, and the team there is already working on a new premium open world game for consoles and PC. This studio is not connected to Microsoft's Xbox umbrella of studios. Well, because they probably left the Forza team, since they don't really want to be under Microsoft, to be honest. And there's a lot of like all those acquired studios recently, especially, that just kind of like pieced out. Like a lot of like big people from them just kind of pieced out. Like studios acquired by EA, acquired by Microsoft. I guess not a lot of people want to be a part of like the huge corpa, and they just want to piece out and do their own shit. Excited about Final Fantasy? I don't give a shit. I haven't played a single Final Fantasy. Well, except Final Fantasy 14, I guess, for a bit. I kind of don't care really much. I wouldn't mind at some point to play it, maybe, but Totally not in a rush to do it. Somehow Microsoft is the anti-consumer one, yeah. Sony has no exclusives there. A new premium open world game for consoles and PC. I guess they have no idea what it's gonna be still. Already secured significant seed funding. Actively working on its new game, which will be the aforementioned open world game. Studio that people will love. For players, we're already at work on an exciting ultra high quality title, and for developers, we are building a home where everyone is encouraged to take risks, be curious, be creative, be innovative, be themselves, and above all, be a maverick. Let's see. The Forces Studio is now also making open world RPG. Yeah. Everyone is making some. Yeah, last January, Playground studio director and co-founder left after 12 years also. I see, so okay, I see. Yes, on one hand, it's kind of nice to just, you know, like, if you just want to get lost in the system, right? You just kind of like just want to be the cog, it's the cog wheel somewhere there. And just do your thing and want to be forgotten about. Just get paid and do your job. But yeah, when you're like in creative industry and stuff, I guess sometimes it just gets kind of tiring. Or you already kind of want to maybe try something on your own, do something else, do something differently. And if you try to push your like ideas yet through that 4,000 people company, then probably none of them will gonna reach the place, right? So a lot of people just kind of peace out and try to do something on their own. A lot of people just peace out to do their own stuff, start their own stuff. Still, I see. The opposite of creativity. Well, I mean, it's also like the super low risk stuff. Like, why trying something that might fail when you just kind of follow the line, follow the road that they already, like, you know, built with many other studios over the years. Especially when you like want to transport like a couple $100 million over that road, right, of budget. It's probably better to have a very trustworthy road. Wait 1 second, did I have this one here? I did, alright. Let's see. Then we go. We go with this one then, yeah. Justin Roiland facing domestic violence charges. Squanch Games co-founder pleaded not guilty to 2 felony charges from 2020, and a former employee had also sued studio over another developer's sexual harassment. There's another guy there too. Some fun times there, it seems like. Got successful release. Time to suffer now. Time to pay the debt to the karma gods. We have been charged with felony domestic battery with a corporal injury and false imprisonment by menace, violence, fraud, and or a deceit. Pleaded not guilty to both charges in 2020, and the Rick and Morty co-creator attorney told NBC he expects the case will be dismissed. The charges were first brought against Roland in May of 2020, and the case has had more than 1,000 court hearings to date. NBC's report this week was the first major media coverage they have received. It's kind of impressive how it was like for 2 years and no one even knew about it, really. The partner in the incident in question has a protective order against Roland that lasts until October of this year. Let's see. In the wake of the NBC report, Kotaku also published word of a previously unreported lawsuit against Squanch Games from 2018, in which a former designer at the studio alleged she was sexually harassed at work and then fired in retaliation when she complained about it. The case was settled in September of 2019. Oh, there's always a fiesta, man. Oh, there's always a fiesta. Yeah, it just became a meme, basically. Maybe a bit overused at some point. Chinese government is set to take shares in Tencent. Had the golden shares, and normally a 1% stake, and included the ability to vote on business decisions. A 1%. Voice take shares in conglomerate Tencent. The golden shares are business operations that allow regulators to be involved in tech firms. Usually 1% of a company, and come with the ability to vote on crucial business decisions. Sources familiar with the matter said that the stake would be in one of Tencent's main China divisions. So yeah, as I said, there's going to be like some sort of split. Financial Times described the golden shares as a larger effort to oversee tech giants within the country. Currently, it's unclear how this will affect Tencent's gaming business. See, it's like seems like it is gonna be, and like they already have different divisions and stuff for that, so it's gonna be something inside the country potentially, not affecting anything else. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see, I guess. Just be nice, exactly, Thundrill. Just be nice, or here there. Which, I mean, is literally how it should be. It's not like you can do anything else about it. And achieve it somehow else. Google and Nvidia reportedly share concerns over a Microsoft ABK with FTC. Companies provided information around regulators worry that Microsoft could dominate cloud and subscriptions. Google and Nvidia are the latest companies to weigh in on Microsoft's proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard, reportedly expressing their own concerns over the deal to the Federal Trade Commission. U.S. regulators preparing its case ahead of August 2nd hearing after it issued a legal complaint against the merger last month. And Bloomberg reported that Google and Nvidia are among the companies who have provided information to the FTC as part of this process. Yeah, Google is just scared that there's someone is getting strong, and not just them. They all like all this corporate fiesta is yeah, just as it is, the corporate fiesta, man. They all fucking suck. But yeah, they also be quite hypocritical about how they suck and everything, I guess. Not getting the monopoly, yeah. That was the story of Stadia, yeah. It's a very sad story. People familiar with the matter told us that both firms expressed concerns that acquiring Activision Blizzard could give Microsoft an unfair advantage when it comes to cloud gaming, subscription services, and even mobile gaming, thanks to Activision's ownership of Candy Crush Creator King. It was a key area of concern for the FTC when it filed its lawsuit. Both companies could be called as witnesses when the FTC versus Microsoft trial begins this summer. So now Microsoft gonna be probably like giving some undercover deals with Google, with Nvidia, getting something to them, so they also approve. Did not directly oppose the acquisition. Let's see. So Nvidia emphasized the need for equal and open access to games. Did not directly oppose the acquisition. Alright. Prepared to address and have been proactively addressing issues raised by regulators or competitors to ensure that the deal closes with confidence, so we want people to have more access to games and not less. That's a cool story, bro. John Smedley to leave Amazon's gaming division. A new report says that studio head exit was attributed to the studio's struggles with game projects. HBO Game Division struggles after 6 years stint already. The staff email reviewed by Bloomberg's Medley said, after a lot of thought, I've decided it's time for me to try my hand at something new. Amazon past difficulties included halting fantasy sports game Breakaway in 2018, shutting down Hero Shooter Crucible in 2020. I still have it on Steam even. Cancelling Lord of the Rings MMO in 2021. Additionally, MMORPG New World was delayed out of 2020 and launched in 2021. After launch, Amazon CEO Andy Jassy said the game was off to a great start, and then he believed games could become the company's biggest entertainment category. Amazon Games since published Smilegate and Tripod Studios' MMORPG Lost Ark, which reached 1.3 million concurrent players during its launch week in February 2022. Amazon Games has brought in games industry talents such as Portal designer Kim Swift and Far Cry 2 director Clint Hawking, and neither of whom are still with the firm. 2021 was reported that Amazon was spending nearly $500 million a year to operate its game division. Yeah, they would pump it like I mean, dude is already probably really well off. Like if he decided like after 6 years of getting like all this free money without even doing anything, pretty much decided to actually leave and do something. The Amazon games kind of like they started doing something, but the thing is like the only thing they actually kind of made themselves is like New World. Everything else is just like publishing stuff. So I guess yeah, for someone who is like a developer and everything, there's probably not that much. All your shit is just getting cancelled all the time or failing. Even New World, I'm pretty sure like New World directors and stuff also suffered a lot because like after like the release was a success, but that success lasted like a month or two, I think, and then it was kind of like dead for a year almost. Then it kind of got back on track though. Like when I played last time a few months ago, that was good. That was good time. I wouldn't mind returning at some point again, but that was nice. The Lost Ark bandwave incident, yeah, apparently there was some dang bandwave there too. A lot of people got the VAC bans and stuff also. That doesn't sound like a good wave. Alright. Now let me see. Hey, Mark. Yeah, the Smedley is like John Smedley is someone who was in the Sony Online Entertainment back then. Back when they made EverQuest. What else was there? There was a whole bunch of games back then they made. There was a whole bunch of stuff back then. Was it Planetfall or what was it? No, wait. Or was it Planetfall? I forgot the name. There was like a whole bunch basically of stuff that they had there. I think DC Universe Online was also Sony Online Entertainment first, or was it someone else? I don't remember actually. Like they kind of separated from Sony particularly. It just became their own thing. Planetfall it was, yeah. There was a whole bunch of stuff, and then it kind of like was like the downfall of like MMO era, I guess, of sorts, and he kind of just fell out of the picture. And then yeah, I mean, got for 6 years in the Amazon Games, who just pumped like 500 mil every year into the studio. I'm pretty sure like, well, I mean, it seems like he wasn't happy with no games made, but at least he made probably good bank over that 6 years period. Saudi Arabia increases Nintendo stake to 6%. Country's public investment fund previously had a 5% stake. According to Reuters, based on a report from country's public investment fund that was filed today with Japanese regulators, Saudi Arabia's PIF already had a 5.01% stake in the platform holder, which was announced in May 2022 for investment purposes and now stands at 6.07% precisely. Last year, Saudi Arabia bought a 1 billion stake in Embracer Group via the PIF subsidiary Savi Gaming Group, which was the equivalent of approximately 8.1% of the company's shares. The statement Embracer Group CEO Lars Wingefors explained this decision was not taken lightly and that it will not change the company in any way. The PIF also acquired stakes in Capcom and Nexon, with over 5% in each publisher for a combined value of over $1 billion. Yeah, the Oilers gonna oil, man. They oil all over the place there. It also acquired King of Fighters developer SNK almost entirely with a 96% stake, with the studio later also saying that it doesn't affect it in any way. Yeah, PlanetSide 3. PlanetSide. I remember now. PlanetSide, yeah. Planetfall is Age of Wonders. Was it? It's publicly traded, they can't say no, yeah. You can't say no. Everyone just buying it. Yeah, Age of Wonders indeed. European console and PC game sales fall 7.1% in 2022. UK is Europe's biggest games market ahead of Germany, with FIFA and Call of Duty the best-selling games. Yeah, I'm surprised that the UK is that huge in the gaming market. I thought Germany would be the biggest one. Yeah, I mean, it's the same with Tencent. Like, I'm always saying that too. Is like, you know, it's like a big companies with a lot of money. They just want to make that money work. Like, it's not like they want to buy something and then like spend time and energy managing that shit. They just want to throw money at places that will bring them more money. That's pretty much how it is. Huh? Like, when I want to invest into something and buy like a stonk of something, I don't want to like be a part of it. I just want that stonk to bring me some profits, or at least, you know, have stay there somewhat. And make me maybe some more when I sell it back. See, let's see. The most stingy people on earth, I see. Video game sales fell, but new game sales increased year on year by 16%. PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch sales down, but Xbox sales up. FIFA 23, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Pokemon and Elden Ring drove game sales. UK ahead of Germany as Europe's biggest games market. No, it's not, Zenil, it's not. No, I see, Steve, I see. Classic. Buy high, sell low. Well, I mean, did that kinda. Didn't expect that shit will go that deep, you know. Feels bad, but the thunder feels bad. Deep Rock Galactic has sold 5.5 million units since launch. The title sold 2.3 million units in 2022 only, versus 1.3 in 2021, having launched back in 2018. Deep Rock Galactic is like pumping even more now. Are they actually getting more and more? That's good. So like with every year they're not dropping in sales, they're increasing in sales so far. It's like in the last 2 years basically they sold like most of the overall copy amount compared to the previous 3 years. Pretty impressive, Pretty impressive. Ubisoft lowers expectations, cancels 3 unannounced games. Underperformance of Mario Plus Rabbids and Just Dance 2023 helps turn forecast of 10% growth into 10% decline. Skull and Bones delayed again as publisher looks to cut costs. If they just want to cut costs, then like why even bother? I guess at this point they just can't ditch it already. Publisher said it has spent the past 4 years working on building long-lasting live games and adapting our strongest franchises like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Tom Clancy games to match converging trends, but some titles from this investment phase haven't yet launched and recent releases have not performed as well as expected. And that's what you get when you do everything in the live game, dude. Why? So I love the Dwarven teams, yeah. Steve is a Dwarf enjoyer. Cancel and delay everything, yeah. At the open world factory, yeah, sounds about right. Sold on the workers, yeah. Compounding this effect in the context of a worsening macroeconomic conditions, the trends over the holiday season, in particular the last weeks of December and beginning of January, have been markedly and surprisingly slower than expected. Mario Plus Rabbids and Sparks of Hope and Just Dance 2023 were singled out as particular underperformance, most notably in December and early January. I don't get why Mario Plus Rabbids didn't perform that good though. This overall context has triggered a full review of our revenue prospects, leading to increased cautiousness over the coming years. So they're gonna be pumping only open world now, nothing, not the step to the side. Only Assassin's Creed probably. Ubisoft has revised its project slate today, announcing the cancellation of 3 unannounced projects, in addition to the 4 it had confirmed giving the axe last July. The delayed Skull and Bones has also been delayed once again, this time to early in its next fiscal year, which starts in April. The game had been set for a March 9th release. Decided to postpone its release in order to have more time to showcase a much more polished and balanced experience and to build awareness. Ubisoft is also writing off 500 million euro in capitalized research and what was that? Search and deploy, whatever. Expenses related to those titles and other upcoming development, I think, yeah. Upcoming premium and free-to-play titles, and looks to shave 200 million euro of its operating costs in the next 2 years through targeted restructuring, divesting some non-core assets and usual and natural attrition. Divesting some non-core assets and usual and natural attrition, damn son. Specified it would continue to look at hiring highly talented people. Yeah, it's gonna be easy to hire highly talented people for you, that's for sure, with all the shit fest. Ubisoft previously set a target of 830 million in net bookings for the third quarter of its fiscal year, 3 months ended December 31st, but it has cut that down 13% to 725 million. For the full year, Ubisoft is now expecting net bookings to be down 10% year over year, as opposed to its prior forecast of 10% growth, with non-IFRS operating income of 500 million instead of 400 million as previously forecast. Although most of that shortfall is accounted for the aforementioned write-off. Clearly disappointed by our recent performance, said the Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot. We are facing contrasted market dynamics as the industry continues to shift towards mega brands and everlasting live games in the context of worsening economic conditions affecting consumer spending. Mega brands and everlasting live games. Is it really though? I just hope it's gonna be like one of those things, just kind of like with the recent mobile games just flopping and stuff like this, when everyone is like, haha, everyone, like, you know, everyone is on this like super giga live games, or all the mobile games, and then everyone tries to do that, gets slapped in the face, realize that, you know, well, maybe we were wrong. Maybe it's not a trend, you know, maybe it's just like one, like, maybe not even one, like just a few outliners that perform well, but it doesn't mean that everyone in the fucking world wants just to grind live games for a living. Can only shit out the same fucking game. Well, yeah, that's true. That's not always that bad. That's the thing. That's the thing. Yes, yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's they now gonna do less of that. I think they're gonna do less of that now. So like they actually kind of like so scared of experimenting, like caught unannounced projects, and how did it say here? How did it say? Full review. Yeah, increased cautiousness over the coming year. So they canceled a whole bunch of stuff. They already canceled 4 in last July. Now it's 3 more. So they basically kind of like all those IPs and everything is they out. That's how it goes nowadays. It's not like, you know, okay, we're not making enough money, or like, you know, we're kind of having some ails now, you know. Corp is not happy. So how about we just remove any experimentation, any risks whatsoever, and just focus on like pumping what makes us money. So that's how it's gonna go basically. So if anything, it's gonna be more Assassin's Creed, and more often probably. Not sure about Far Cry, because I think the latest one already wasn't really performing as they expected. More time for harassment, yeah. The Watch Dogs, I think Watch Dogs didn't really perform that bad, but it was received kind of alright. But I think for their measures, I guess it was bad though. That's the thing. Rainbow Six. Wait, you mean Rainbow Six? What was that? The do you even have it? I don't remember. Available. I remember what you mean. The GTFO like, right? What was the name of that shit? Oh, the Extraction. Yeah, was it? Yeah, but that we might actually not have here. Probably am. Yeah, probably don't have it here. But yeah, I think that one was kind of even received kind of alright too. Somewhat, but it just like didn't really gather any attention or something. That's I think what you start getting whenever you just try to like they just chase the trends now. So there's like this like GTFO and everything. Let's make our own stuff. It didn't really work. Everyone's doing live services. Let's make it. Let's also try to make it all we do into live service. Not going that well. Splinter Cell and Prince of Persia games, yeah. And even that, they're probably not going to even do that much, just because they're not going to be experimenting with things anymore. Like, I guess Skull and Bones is already, like, way too late. Like, there's already, like, you know, tests running and everything. They just can't cancel it. Otherwise, if it will be, like, early in development, it will be axed for sure, too. That would be axed for sure. Oh, yeah, the Settlers is coming also. Yeah, we'll see how that one will go. I don't really trust in that one either. I really don't. I don't trust in this concept of making it into some sort of competitive esports shit. Like, bro, just don't do it. It's like they literally just like trying to farm all the trends possible. It's like some sort of like, you know, like desperate content creator that just like goes and like, I don't know, like on TikTok and just like tries to do like every challenge or whatever, every hashtag to put and stuff, and just farm like, you know, as much as possible. But the problem is they just like, you know, they just not that kind of content creator, you know. It's like if I would do like make it instead of like, you know, doing what I do, just would go and like, you know, start TikTok and would start like, you know, doing some fucking flossing and like some challenge dances or something like this there. That'll be just weird, dude, and it wouldn't work. Just do your own shit, man. The worst Age of Empires, yeah. Another IP they just keep shitting out. Yeah, I think it's just kind of like a little bit in disconnect with reality, I feel like. And I think this is like the problem with all the corpus stuff now. It's just like just follow all the trends, you know. Like every company, every stockholders, they all like, all right, everyone's doing this stuff. Come on, guys, we need our own shit. Everyone's doing those Tarkov likes. Do the Tarkov likes. Everyone's doing like BRs. Make BRs. You know. And I think we're already like long enough in the gaming industry. You don't even need to be long enough like to see like, for example, how it was like with MOBAs back in the day, how it was with BRs, right? When everyone tried to make their own BRs, and not a lot of them succeeded. Let's put it that way. And with MOBAs, we've seen a lot of attempts to do that. At least the Ana guys keep on delivering. Yeah, the Ana is keep pumping. And that's also kind of part of the problem because they keep pumping the paid DLCs there. A looter shooter, extraction shooter, MOBA shooter. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like Ubisoft tried to ride the BR genre too. Remember the hyperspace or whatever it was, hyper whatever. That was not hyper only in reception, you know. That one wasn't hyper at all. Hyperscape, hyperspace, hyperscape, I think, right? Or something, I don't remember. Company Heroes Beta was resulted in some mixed opinions. How so? I think that was multiplayer. I played the demo mission. I mean, it was kind of alright. I could see it might be kind of chunky in terms of performance because it's quite beautiful, but I mean, it was okay. I didn't see anything like, you know, noticeably bad. That was like a few months ago. Data.ai, global mobile game revenue dipped 5% to $110 billion in 2022. Honor of Kings, Genshin Impact, and Candy Crush Saga were the top 3 highest earning mobile titles. And everyone is just trying to like also get in there. It became kind of like the same stuff as we read earlier today about the indie game developer, right? Like succeeding in the niche and stuff becomes kind of like becoming a rock star. Like the chances you do it, chances you make it are very, very low. And even for big studios, looks like the mobile market and everything became so huge that even like if you have budgets, you can just like, all right, guys, we have like $100 million, so let's make a team, get people, make a mobile game, get profit. Easy. It's that simple, right? And then they do it, and then they get no profit, and then the game is closed. The Witcher side game closed. What else did they close recently? Square closed some of their mobile game. I forgot exactly. Nintendo closed, I think, something too. Like basically a lot of suction there. Honor of Kings, I think it's some MOBA or something, if I remember correct. It's like something from Asian markets that you haven't heard about. Kind of just like the what was the name, Garena Free Fire and everything. Like no one fucking heard about it in the like Western community, but it's like the biggest BR game ever. Like Gwent is on live support, yeah. Well, Gwent is a little bit different story, I would say. Not exactly mobile. That's in general kind of like Gwent was also attempt to farm the wave, but the wave of card games. So who's farming? China led with 42.4 billion in player spending. The other top markets in mobile game revenue: US, Japan, South Korea, Germany. Yeah, 90 billion downloads worldwide. It's insane, dude. Yeah, Mark, yeah, not sure actually. It's kind of like the same as phenomenon as like it was like Angry Birds and stuff, right? But Angry Birds were kind of like older, I guess, and they just kind of disappeared in the end. And these guys still managed to find the way to keep it pumping somehow. You played on mobile with Sudoku. I played some Angry Birds back in the day because we were like traveling when we were like going to vacations and stuff with friends, like especially in Egypt when there's like, you know, like 4 or 5 hours on the plane. Then you also have like days when it's like super hot and you just mostly kind of sit in the room under AC for a few hours when it's mostly hot, and you have Time to Kill. Then I was downloading a bunch of stuff, but yeah, mostly was Angry Birds. That was like 2012, I guess. And other than that, like actually playing stuff, I played Hearthstone for a bit back when I was playing Hearthstone, which is also like around the same time, to be honest, like 2013 maybe. And that's it, I think, kinda. That's it, I think. That's all I played on phone, if I remember correct. When mobile thing started, I still had my like button phone. Like I got my first smartphone in 2014, the end of 2014, I think. So until then, I was just using something that calls. That was like my mom's husband, I think, like old phone with like broken camera and everything that they bought him new, and I just took that one just so I can call, you know, I don't care. And I wouldn't even buy a smartphone probably either, because like it was 2014, right? It was when our government went big PPG for the first quote-unquote time, not exactly, but still first big PPG moment when our currency just started sliding, and I was like, well, shit. I'd rather kind of probably spend some of the money I have that I saved, so let's get a phone, I guess. About time. Nokia brick? It wasn't brick, it was Nokia slider, actually. I had Nokia brick before at some point too, but it was Nokia slider. Like my mom and her husband really like sliders back in the day, like the slider phones of different kinds. Yeah, Hearthstone I just ditched. Basically, like I wanted to take a break from Hearthstone. Like I just got burned out playing it. And then I just realized how much, you know, like gold and stuff I'm missing by not doing dailies and stuff, right? Like the FOMO is good kind of to keep people playing, but FOMO is good and is bad in reverse. Like if someone actually got off the hook, you will have a harder time to get them back. Because I just realized, you know, the like it's like the sunk cost fallacy, right? And this is kind of like the missed cost fallacy. Like you just realize how much stuff you miss by not playing, and you just don't return ever. Same with Genshin also was, it was okay, but then the grind kicked in, and I kind of like played for a month or two full free to play, and I just kind of like don't want to pay anything. I don't want to grind really. I want to take a break, and then I never return, and I don't want to. Well, I mean, I guess kind of did, right? I tried once. 10th of December was at my charity stream. That was one of the goals, to return to Genshin to try the card game. Card game actually is kind of alrighty, but I played for a day and I don't feel like more whatsoever. I give you a free deck that can reach legend easy. Don't need to buy anything. That's the thing. The point is not to reach legend or something. The point is, you know, build decks, try things, you know, play different decks. Like it depends on the person, but I can't, for example, just like get one deck and just grind. I tried in Hearthstone. I molded out. In Hearthstone, you totally can't do that. Like RNG just gonna destroy you. You just like start playing, you climbing, and then you like play. I don't know. I remember like I think last things I remember I was playing the Yogg-Saron, I think, deck, right? The one that was like doing the random spells, right? You play Yogg-Saron, you like winning the game. You drop fucking Yogg-Saron, it just pyroblasts some of your minions on the board, destroys all your board, and you lose all of a sudden. Or you play against Yogg-Saron, and enemy drops Yogg-Saron while losing, and he just like, you know, flame strikes your board, you know, pyroblasts your face, and he wins. And I'm like, bro, like, fuck that shit. I ain't playing that anymore, and I don't want to return there ever. I mean, there is also obviously RNG, like in Runeterra, for example, right? Any card game has RNG, but like there's no such bullshit, really. You can get some, like, Cancer aggro stuff, but at least Cancer aggro stuff is like, you know, it's straightforward. You see them, you know what's gonna happen. Kind of like Weapon Warrior, for example. That was also the meta back in the day, right? Like, you know what's gonna happen. There's like RNG, but you know what's gonna happen and how to counter, or you can't counter it. Just forget about it. But when it's just this RNG fiesta, it's like, bro, no. A fun deck though. Yeah, that's the thing. Like when you have different decks and you're not really grinding for legend and just having fun playing, like, yeah, you just have fun. Like, all right, some random stuff. Let's drop it. I killed all my minions. I lost. Whatever. Let's go another one. Let's play another deck instead. But when you actually try to climb and you have only one deck and you like, just need to like, you know, suffer that, like eat that cactus druid, don't stop, like numb that, then it's just kind of like oof. That's how I climbed like to Masters in Runeterra back in the day. I just was testing different decks, like just for memes basically, like complete meme shit. Sometimes, like there was the Lee Sin deck that was supposed to just kind of like basically like increasing Lee Sin's stats to the like when he levels up, he attacks someone, some mob minion, right? It just like either destroys the minion or pushes the minion back in the enemy's deck, and at the same time he deals the same damage as his attack stat to the enemy's face. So like the combo thing, you just kind of like try to like level him up and buff him a lot, and then you just kind of like one shot. And alternative like win conditions where like the dude, for example, that does like double attack, so you need like that to buff that dude, and then you need to buff that dude with the overwhelm, I think, and then you do that double attack. Like it was like super PPG, very gimmicky, but it was fun to play. And there was like a bunch of that stuff. You just kind of experiment, you play, and then I look and I realize I'm like Diamond 2 or something. I'm like, oh shit, now I might as well push already. And I did, and I got it. And that push also was kind of painful, because then I would already went with like some cancer deck that was like fast to play, some aggro shit. But that was because already was that close. So I was like, alright, fine, might as well suffer through it a bit. But going all the way through with one deck is like, you need dedication for that. I would burn out really hard. And I mean, yeah, I guess now they change things after years. But back then, for example, especially when there was no removing old packs, they did now in Hearthstone, right? Like some of the older packs, there's a rotation of packs, right? Like some of the stuff that already gets removed from the game. But back then, you kind of needed like, boom, the chunk. You need just the chunk of those cards to buy or to grind, to do stuff. Like back then, my friend, I remember, started playing Hearthstone. He really liked it and everything, but he just like rage quit after like a month or something. He was like, I can't play, man. Like I don't have cards to build stuff. I tried to build stuff and then someone just rolls me. And yeah, he didn't want to pay or anything. Then my brother tried to do it, and I think he spent like probably like a year or something to get like I don't remember, maybe less than a year, like a few months for sure though, to just grind the roster of cards, to suffer, just to like build some somewhat competitive decks basically. Yeah, Thunder, exactly. I actually played like a lot of like I really like the gimmicky like combo decks and stuff like this. They might be kind of RNG, right? Because you still need to get those parts of the gimmick and stuff, which usually sometimes they have like alternative win conditions. And there's more than you win to reach legends. I mean, yeah, true, but like it was back in the day, it was just way more brutal. Like I know they, I think, reduced like the amount of grind for to get the legend at least. And yeah, I guess there's now like catch-up mechanics, so you don't need to grind too much. But back then, like 2000, like I don't remember when I quit, 15 or something I quit, I guess, like a couple of years into the game. Like I had all the expansions. I even bought cards back in the day. I like back then I had like, you know, it was good times. I had money to spare. I could buy some collector's editions. I could like, you know, get some cards in Hearthstone or something, and those were good times. That was nice past, you know. Didn't worry me that much. So I bought like some expansions. I bought some of the adventures or whatever, right? The dungeons, the PvE part in Hearthstone. That shit was really good. I love that. That was amazing. But then yeah, as soon as I stopped, you know, keeping up with stuff, I just like didn't ever felt like returning. Let's see what I say. I need to do it to gain rank. Well, as I said, like when I accidentally did it in Runeterra, that felt good. But if I would now, for example, go in, alright, let's go from the bottom to the very top. That probably would be pain. Even though if I would still get that like feel of like experimenting with different stuff. And that also like the game was pretty new, right? So everyone was sort of experimenting, and that was fun. That was super fun because there was way less meta. It was kind of other way around even. You go closer to the higher ranks, and that's the more meta there. Yeah, CBR, I see. Yeah, like Nax and all those things, they were really fun, yeah. I bought a bunch of those back then. Like, I don't remember which one was the last I got. I think like maybe after Yogg-Saron and like the old gods, one more update or something. Was the Jade stuff after or before? I don't remember. Jade stuff had been there. Old gods had been there. Tournament, whatever thing, yeah, been there. That might be the latest things, I guess, have been there. After that, I kind of pieced, I think. Yes, I see. Yeah, the competitive stuff just like usually, like I have like the performance anxiety basically. This one is like 1 versus 1. I'm kind of okay with it. If it's team based, I just like I end up never really playing competitive stuff just because I feel like I'm not good enough. I can you know, drag the team down. So I need to practice, and then I never actually do. No, the genres. RPGs such as Genshin Impact, lead player spending as it amassed 25.5 billion worldwide. I think it's kind of like very big stretch to put Genshin into RPG, to be honest. I mean, I'm not sure where would you kind of do it. Like kind of action game, I guess, because like RPG there is, I guess, like different weapons you put in the characters. Like there's pretty much no customizations. The skill sets are there. You don't level anything on your own. Constellations are just straightforward. The more you dump money in, or the luckier you are, the higher constellation you get. So like I don't know what exactly is the RPG there. The other top performing genre is strategy. I guess all those like kind of like, what's the name, the clans, whatever thingy is considered strategy and stuff, probably. Much genre. I still don't really get like that stuff. Like whenever I was looking into like openings and like the game dev industry and stuff, it's like here, for example, pretty much all the openings almost in game dev, they are about like knowledge of mobile market and proficiency in a match 3 genre. All right. Casino on them. That's a good genre. My favorite. But favorite. That's Hearthstone there, probably. Battlegrounds becomes too sweaty around 7k MMR. You can sweat, get sweaty in Battlegrounds even. Damn son. The sweaty Battlegrounds. That's the competitive casino players basically. Competitive slots players. The sweaty slot players, man. Xbox to roll out a carbon-aware update to reduce the environmental impact of gaming. Damn son, the ecology-friendly gaming. Xbox insiders will have their console automatically set to shutdown mode while updates will happen at carbon-friendly times. Damn son. Automatically set to a shutdown mode. Uses 20 times less power than the sleep mode, and does not affect performance, gameplay, or console's ability to receive overnight updates. Yeah, I don't get it. I always turn things off. That's why I take time switching, you know, like from here to kitchen setup, right? Because I actually go and I turn my laptop on, I turn all the cameras on, because I don't get the stuff leaving things on. Like I never do it. No lights. Sometimes I forget lights here, I guess, because like when I'm like in the corridor already dressing up, I just don't see it during the day or something in the winter when they're on or off. Sometimes I forget, but I always turn everything off. I don't know. I don't get it. Not a huge fan of leaving things on all the time. According to Xbox, for every 2 consoles that switch to shutdown mode for 12 months, it will save the equivalent as the amount of carbon removed by 1 tree planted and grown for a decade. will fly once on his jet and shit on the billion Xboxes. I mean, true, yeah, that is also true. But I mean, I also think that is not really a problem to shut down your stuff, honestly. I'm gonna be real with you. Especially with modern stuff, like to turn on the PC, like before I remember back in the day, right? I press the button on the PC and I can go, you know, like take a leak or something, start the T and then I return and then it's on. And now I just like, you know, I press it, I like turn the monitors on and poof, it's already there. All right, let's go. And like new consoles with all those like dank SSDs and stuff, like my friend is like constantly like fucking coming every time he's talking about it. Like, you know, you just like press it, it's already poof on, then you like, you know, press the load the game and you're already in the game, done. Like, what's the problem? Just turn the console off then. And the 5-minute boot, yeah. Dude, you needed to wait to turn it off back in the day. Windows 95 and stuff. You need to go, shut down, it loads, and then it shows this like black screen with red letters. Like now you can turn off the power, and you actually turn the power with the button. Those were the times, man. Those were the times. Well, I mean, it's still better than nothing, right? I mean, kind of maybe not the best decision and stuff, not the best solution to fight that, right? But it's something, and yeah, if it's, I'm pretty sure a lot of people like the sleep function and stuff, it just kicks in because they just leave things on and it automatically just puts to sleep. So instead of that, it's gonna go in shutdown mode, which doesn't change a thing, seems like. Like I guess it's like not full power off because it indicates if there is like an update or something and it still downloads it and then shutdowns again. That's kind of nice. What does the boot up time fucking matter? Yeah, I never had problems with that, with like the booting and the turning off. No problems with that. Right, 1 second. There we go. I needed to reboot while already molten core, I see. True. The Fiesta in Rays. Yeah, now you can just like something crashes or something is like a question of a couple of minutes basically. Question of a couple of minutes there. Yes, Steve, I see. Yeah, the real, not the real shutdown. Yeah, Warcraft 2, yeah. Frontier lowers financial expectations after Formula 1 manager underperformance. Developer is also reassessing its Foundry publishing label. No Foundry titles planned for next fiscal year. So I think 2023 is gonna be fun, dude. It seems like it for everyone involved. All the expectations going to shit. All the numbers going down. Stonks not being stonking, you know. Seems like it's gonna be interesting. Entering, like the 2022 was just, you know, the stincter. Now we kind of like pushing forward, deeper. Trading update issued to investors yesterday. A light dangerous firm said it expects to report revenues of around £57 million for the 6 months ended November 30, 2022, the first half of its financial year 23. Well, this is 16% up on the revenues reporting during the same period the year before. Frontier detailed a few disappointments it had observed ahead of its publishing the interim results of January 2019. First, it said Formula 1 Manager 2022, the debut title in a new annual sports franchise, had underperformed with over 600,000 units sold so far across PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, encompassing both physical and digital. Player engagement at release in August 22 and during the initial period after release was strong and broadly in line with original expectations. And unfortunately, sales performance during key holiday season price promotions fell materially below original expectations, potentially due in part to increased player price sensitivity related to worsening economic conditions. Formula 1 Manager 2022 was a good first game and an important new annual franchise. Oh, another annual franchise. But the underperformance means the company's board of directors has lowered revenue projections for both financial year 23 and 24. So they're literally like, all right, we got Formula, like, it's like, Formula 1 franchise, boys, let's go. We're gonna plan 2022 stonks, 23 super stonks, 24 fucking amazing. Like 3 years ahead planned already just because we're making a Formula 1 game, and then like first one fails and like, ah, shit. All right, let's redo all the projections now, dude. Forecast previously put revenue at 135 million, but this has now been lowered to 100 million. Man, I like all the projections and stuff is like, oof. I mean, I guess, yeah, when you're like a huge, even like consider a small, like one person, you still need to plan things, right? And expenses to, you know, stay afloat, but still, it's just like, bro. The board, oh yeah, we have the board actually too. Believes it is still possible to top last year's record performance of 114 million pounds, but it will depend on whether an upcoming title from its third-party publishing label Foundry becomes a conspicuous success. Better fire 500 people, yeah. That's not the corp, that's a whole board already there. That is true. Company said it was reconsidering how it handles a Foundry going forward, and the developer stressed that it remains committed to and excited by the titles currently lined up for the rest of the financial year from this label. But it added there are currently no plans to release any Foundry titles in financial year 24, so they're already like not even doing any of that. Yeah, this is the whole of this even. That's this shit now already. That's a whole one. That's a whole one there. Just fire the whole HR department, yeah. They don't do anything there, seems like. Mixed experience of third-party publishing in terms of financial success date. We're assessing a strategy for Foundry in light of such experiences and competitive trends in the market. Man, yeah, that's gonna be an interesting year there. That's gonna be something. Alright. Hey, you boy, hello. How you doing, man? Callisto Protocol developers left out of credits. Former Striking Distance employees estimate around 20 omitted from game's credits roll, including senior devs and key contributors. See, it's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good. A bittersweet milestone for many who worked on the game, as Callisto Protocol release also marked their first look at its conspicuously incomplete credits. Striking Distance representative did not return a request for comment. Definitely stings, one source says. It sucks. Made a good amount of contribution and worked on it for a length of time, I guess, so they can't identify who is talking. Probably. Okay, 1 second. Where was this thing? There it is. It's not unheard of for developers who leave a project before completion to be left out of credits. Our sources confirmed that the studio had no such policy that was ever communicated to employees, and none of the people we speak with consider Callisto Protocol's emissions normal. And one described them as egregious, leaving off some senior developers. leads and directors who made significant contributions, including people who had worked at Striking Distance for over a year or had a history of working with the Striking Distance CEO Glenn Schofield in his previous studio, Sledgehammer Games. Another describes some of those left off the credits as really core people who built the studio up. Is 20 that huge of a deal? I mean, there's probably like a bunch there. Like, it's probably like a pretty huge part of the studio, I guess. Does it say somewhere? And I mean, it's just kind of, you know, you put the effort, you work, and then you just kind of get treated that way. It's at least good if you have some sort of proof that you worked on it, you know, on the paper, that you participated for your, like, you know, resume, for your portfolio. It's weird, And what else was there going on? A mission added insult to injury. Last year as development on the game was wrapping up, Schofield was roundly criticized for posting on social media about how proud he was that the team was working 12-15 hours a day, 6 or 7 days a week despite exhaustion and even COVID. Link the article? Yeah, sure. Sure. Don't need the game credits for your CV though. Probably. Or need some proofs, recommendation letters and stuff. But I mean, it's still, you know, something. It's still something. You can show, you know, can flex a bit that you made it. Like, otherwise you just can remove everyone. Like, obviously it's kind of like there's like this small line there somewhere in the credits among like lots and lots of people, right? It doesn't really mean that much, but still, it's just the recognition and everything. That you're a part of it. You just remove everyone then. Being credited helps for a CV? Yeah, I think it should. Because like you not always get like recommendation letter or something. You just kind of like, best case you have some sort. It also depends on international level, right? Like we, for example, here have like the labor book. It's like this like kind of passport thingy that kind of has all the places where you worked with like, you know, signatures and like the times when you worked, like the stamps and everything. But some companies don't do that because you just work there kind of unofficially, right? And maybe sometimes even without the contract and everything. And sometimes you're a freelancer, right? You just get paid for doing something. And like you need some ways to show, especially if you go to another country or something, to show that you did that kind of work on that kind of project. And that's kind of easy. Like, yeah, here I'm credited on this one. Here's the proof, you know. You don't need any letters because like one company is like in the US and another company is like, I don't know, some like in Asia, for example. Of course, the good Weeb news. Yeah, we had the Weeb DLC for the game that cost like half of the game and just add the Weeb portraits. There's that. That quite Weeb, I would say. 114 employees. Yeah, that's kind of chunky amount, I would say. I understand if a contractor does a small amount of work for a few months and is left off, but we're talking full-time employees with over a year invested in the title and had a hand in significant parts of the product. That's where the surprise has come from for a lot of us. And I think even like a small contractor, like it's not really hard for you to just credit someone who contributed to the game, in my opinion. Like, quite often credits are already huge, right? If you add, like, some more people in this, like, list of, like, very, very small names, it's not gonna make it much longer. Unless it's, like, I don't know, like, thousands, maybe. But still, you can just, like, speed it up and stuff. And at least it's still, for some people, some sort of, like, acknowledgement and somewhere they can show, like, oh, I made, like, some assets for this game. Like, here I am, you know. They cost literally nothing. And credits, like, a lot of people skip anyway already. Let's be real, right? Not a lot of people watch it, but you can show, like, here I am. Look, mom. There I am. That's where I'm, you know, like putting all that time. When you're bitching that I'm like not doing anything useful. There it is. Here I am. That's where I got the money from. Not from like, you know, selling drugs or something. And definitely was some amount of playing favorites with the people who got accredited. And my impression is that they pretty much picked people they liked or had some sort of relationship with, and those would get credit and the others wouldn't. That's the yikes. And most of the people we speak with, but not all, say they crunched on the game as management pushed to go beyond AAA and make what they called a Quad A game. Dude, if this is the Quad A releases, then where are we going, dude? One tells us it was particularly bad as the team was rapidly staffing up during the pandemic, roughly doubling the team size in 3 months in a process that required near constant meetings to ensure everyone was on the same page. Designers I know were working 10 hours a day just in meetings, and then they had to crunch just to basically do the work they had to do. 10 hours a day of meetings, oof, dude. Striking distance management presented itself as having a people-first mentality. Yeah, people first going down. But even when management would acknowledge the crunch and promise to address it, it might come in the same meeting where they praise people for putting in long hours. The Rockstar to be Quad A studio? Yeah, I think that's the only one I can think of. Because, yeah, they have budgets, they have a big team, they have huge projects, and they have a lot of detail put in those projects. And, like, I mean, mostly they, like, most of the time, 90%, I don't remember, like, failed Rockstar projects, really. Like, completely bad. A lot of them are either kind of like iconic or considered like classic and everything, most of them. Some of them kind of unknown, but even those, like Warriors, for example. Like my friend is like a huge fan of Warriors. Like if he wants like something to return, he wants Warriors to return. I think it's called Warriors. Something stuff about like some football fans or something like this. Some kind of brutal one. Quite a brutal one, but some games and stuff. But yeah, they can actually... yeah, Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, before Red Dead, yeah, maybe like GTA 5 wasn't exactly like AAA plus. Let's put it that way, I guess. Even though what they did with online already at this point, I guess you could say, because there's already a lot of shit invested, but like they're not sure if you can count that really. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption is the only Quad A game, I would say, with the amount of detail and stuff put into it. Like you get what you paid for sure. Like even more. I had too much. I just got like I played in stream for like a week, and then I just kind of like I just quit, not because it's bad. I just like I had my share. I did my playthrough. I only got to like the place where I could play some poker and when I could do some hunting. I only did that. Barely touched the main quest or something, and then found some treasures, I think, too. And then I just kind of like, alright, good. I'm satisfied. I had enough. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. They're not giving you fewer tasks, the same amount of things to work on, yet they want you to take as much time as you need. And the policy is not to do overtime, but you're always doing overtime. Nice. Another says the farewell email standards at other studios were curiously absent. Never saw those emails. There were no emails like that. People were just leaving. Oh, what happened with the so-and-so? He's gone. Monka is... Sledgehammer guys like loyalty, and they can be punitive if they detect a lack of it. Credit submission felt like an obvious fuck you to those who were left out. Somebody wanted to send a message, and the message was next time have a bit more loyalty to us. Damn son. Actually had a great time working there, and I felt I had a great relationship with everyone on the team up to the C staff and Glenn. I don't have anything back to say about Glenn. The only time there was some friction was an exit, and I think devs who left were punished with the credit omissions. Probably. That's so petty, dude. Like, I don't get it. Like, so mad or something that someone left, didn't stay with the company till the end, that you're just gonna remove them from credits. It's like, oof, some high school shit right there. How much Glenn spent time on making the game? I mean, I don't know. He doesn't really feel like the, you know, like very, like, how do you say? like manipulative dude who would rather make anyone else do his stuff. He kind of seemed, at least in the beginning, like a little bit like passionate about the things. But yeah, looks like maybe not, like he maybe put a lot of work, but he also made others put a lot of work. That might be even kind of worse, maybe, in a way, sometimes, right? Because like the people explained also, like back in the day, right, when we read about like the crunch culture, that sometimes it's kind of like someone is like, you know, very dedicated, very committed, and they kind of like, you don't need to do it, like it's my choice, I'm gonna do it. And then everyone kind of feel like, well, if I'm not doing now, I kind of look like, you know, I'm underperforming. I'm kind of like it's like peer pressure basically to also do that. So they kind of like powerful leaders with passion who just like, you know, drive the crowd to basically like rip their work-life balance, you know. Let's put it that way. Yeah, Mark, pretty much. And that's why also I think he's not exactly like the corporate dude. That's why he also like did all those like fuck ups in terms of like, you know, his statements and stuff, just because he wasn't thinking about them from the perspective of the corporate dude. But I mean, hard to say though, just how it seems from the side. Yeah, exactly, Lithander, exactly. Just kind of like, maybe he didn't even expect people to do that, but a lot of people, again, and maybe a lot of people did it, expected it right, because see, like in the end, some people who weren't loyal enough got punished. So some people probably also kind of read the room and were like, okay, so these guys kind of want you to also commit hard. And some people said they liked even working, so they were ready to commit that hard. But if you don't commit that hard, or you kind of peace out, then, well, you just get punished by not being credited. Everyone is a slave to their job. Yeah, I'm not like, it's hard to say though. Like if I would be doing like, well, I mean, when I'm doing my stuff, right, I can commit too much. But even like when I do it for longer periods of time, I just kind of start feeling it already. Like no matter how committed you are, how much you like stuff, it's just like a lot of things. Like when I did grind, like did 300 something hours, like 330 or 320 or something on November with New World, you just like literally just like miss like some things. You just kind of like, oh shit, I needed to do that, or I needed to go there. You know, you just like physically kind of can't really do that. Passionate but not that nice smart. Could be, yeah, that could be. But that could be. It's sad that how it all turned. It's sad how it all turned, because we have also this one here right now. Because all this commitment and everything and crunch ended up with not very good results. Another slower sales targets for Callisto Protocol. Industry watchers attributed the title's current sales to game length and the developers' focus on production values. The thing is, like, what people misunderstood, and I'm also kind of not exactly sure on that, but yeah, it's not the analysts from the studio. It's some side analysts, basically. So maybe studio didn't expect to sell that many copies. I'm not sure. After the title's performance, analysts have lowered sales targets for Krafton's Callisto Protocol. As reported by Yonhap news agency site K-Odyssey, the adjustments come a month after the title's launch. The company expected cumulative sales of 5 million copies. Like, it's hard to say, is it like the company of analysts, or is it the Krafton, aka publishers? Like, I'm not sure exactly. Expected cumulative sales of 5 million copies, but considering the current sales ranking, cumulative sales of 2 million copies will not be easy until this year. Cumulative sales of 2 million copies will not be easy until this year. So I guess they're still calculating last year's sales, I guess. That's how I understand that, because it was weird. Go swimming, I mean, why not? Go for it. Why not? I see, Mark, I see. Damn, Bjorn, damn. Insane, insane. In part, K-Odyssey notes that industry watchers attributed the game's reception to its developmental focus. Yeah, like they're talking about like industry watchers, some random company too, so like I'm not sure. Who expected 5 million? I mean, your choice, Roman, your choice. It's kind of late already too, so... I don't like doing stuff late, I'd rather chill. What the fuck is my... Phone going like crazy. One moment. Is everyone all of a sudden going ham here? And all departments there. What is this shit? See? Alright. Is everyone going ham? Oh, there's the friend linking. The Gachi, the space orgasm is out. Damn, son. They missed the quality gaming there. Missed the real reviews there. Gachi, the space orgasm. New quality games. For instance, sending some math thingy there. There's apparently like a whole in our university and everything. There's like a whole bunch of people arguing how like one mathematical like equation should be. Now I need to figure out. What? What the fuck are you on about? I'll get it. Okay, now that's... Oh, I see. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Alright. So it's... Alright, that was me. I'll be in PP get there. I should be alright then. Alright, sorry. Yeah, mod's too hard already. Forgetting things, There's a whole argument. Apparently, at least I'm not the only one who's PP who forgot things. You're right. You see that? Let's see. Is that about the Warcraft stuff? I'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll get the comeback there. Maybe we'll get the comeback there. People love a Dragonflight. I mean, someone in chat even like said that it's like the best. I think Salpo even said that Dragonflight is like the best since Legion. So I was playing Hitman, I say. It's time to speedrun. Time for them speedruns. Alright, so yeah, not sure exactly like who expected, company expected themselves or the industry watchers expected that. But yeah, reviews on Metacritic is a matter of concern. They spend a lot of money on production. That's why it is like quad A, as they said. You know, the thing is, like, when you're spending, like, the more you spend on production and stuff, in my opinion, the more you need to spend on QA and everything. Because if all your insane, huge budgets on production will just, like, you know, crush on the rocks of the shit performance and the shit testing, then there's no point making this insane production. And shit optimization, too, by the way. That is also quite often a problem nowadays, I would say. Alright. And, no, I did not this one. Let me see. One moment. Alright, let's go for this one. Yeah, I forgot to add that. Or didn't forget, I didn't see it in the sources that I was getting notes from. Pathfinder creator Paizo announces new OGL following a Dungeons & Dragons controversy. Open RPG creative license in response to Dungeons & Dragons' recent changes to open game license. So Dungeons & Dragons started to try to get everything under their own control. All their all the sub projects and everything. So basically now they're gonna get fucked over that, I feel like. And support from several TTRPG companies already, the Open RPG creative license may force Dungeons & Dragons to rethink its current course of activity. Recently, leaks from within Wizards of the Coast all but confirmed Dungeons & Dragons was replacing the OGL, the legal protections that allow players to make and sell third-party content, with a new version full of restrictions and control that would harm creators. Over the past several weeks, the Dungeons & Dragons community has made a disapproval well heard, and with new Twitter trends, protests, and petitions appearing daily. So yeah, basically the license that allow you, you know, you create something based on Dungeons & Dragons, it's free. And the Halo Infinite being a quad A. I'm not sure how we define the A's. By the budgets? If by the budgets, for sure, yeah. Yeah, the open source D&D. Yeah, exactly. And they decided just to take over that. And apparently there's like leaks. I actually thought there's already some published stuff, but apparently it's leaks still. Paizo is broken silence in a profound and historic way. In its recent statement, Paizo owner Lisa Stevens and President Jim Butler renounced Dungeons & Dragons' recent actions as being against the spirit of the OGL, citing their work with former Wizards of the Coast Vice President Ryan Dancy on the original document as proof to their claims. In response to Wizards of the Coast license, Paizo also announced it is spearheading the Open RPG Creative License, a system-agnostic, free open gaming license owned by no single company. The Open RPG a creative license or ORC will be crafted with the help of Azure Law, an intellectual property law firm that represents Paizo and other TTRPG companies. Paizo will be paying for the legal work but will not own it. Azure Law will be the steward of the license until it can be managed by a non-profit organization, ensuring any company that makes money publishing RPGs can use it. That's pretty Giga Chad, I would say. If it actually goes as they say, that's very Giga Chad. No company can revoke or rescind parts of the license in the future, like Dungeons & Dragons is trying to do. Major TTRPG publishers including Cobalt Press, Chaosium, Green Ronin, Legendary Games, Rogue Genius Games have already backed the ORC, and it invites other organizations to do the same. Considering the weight Paizo carries in the industry and the unpopularity of Wizards of the Coast's recent decisions, Dungeons & Dragons will be forced to take action, either by joining forces with Paizo or doubling down and fighting the ORC, possibly in court. That's pretty good though. If they will fuck him up, that'll be nice. Should happen like way more with things, to, you know, to stand up for that bullshit. Because, yeah, they, like, basically, like, the Wizard of the Coast got bought by Hasbro, I think, right? And, yeah, the big corporate decided to make some profits, because I'm pretty sure Dungeons & Dragons is not making that much profit, really, especially since a bunch of games flopped recently. In general, I don't think they're doing... I mean, they're doing probably okay, but, you know, it's corporate, as always, so we just need to see some big numbers. So we need to get the charts, get the stonks, you know, so... how about we try to get everything, you know? Well, that's the thing what they're saying here about. That's what I'm saying, if it actually gonna go the way they say. Because the way they say is... a license will be crafted with the help of Azure Law, an intellectual property law firm that represents Paizo. Paizo will be paying for the legal work but will not own it. Azora Law will be the steward of the license until it can be managed by a non-profit organization, ensuring any company that makes money publishing RPGs can use it, but that no company can revoke or rescind the parts of the license in the future, like Dungeons & Dragons is trying to do. So they kind of try to, like, if this transition from this company to some sort of non-profit organization will actually go smooth and as planned, then that's big pog. That's very Giga Chad. So then technically it's gonna be like the open source license that no one can like change. And whoever works with that license, the thing is like Dungeons & Dragons might just not join it. They might just still push for their own stuff. But if a lot of other companies will join that, like the thing is Dungeons & Dragons is a rule set, right? Like it's not some sort of like crazy universe. They try to make it a universe, but then there is like nothing happening. There's like a few books I think that are popular with the D&D. And again, I think all those books are basically written by like different authors that just use, you know, the world sort of and the rule sets and the bestiarium and stuff like this to just write a book. And then they kind of title it Dungeons & Dragons and maybe pay some fees, maybe not even because it's like open license, right? I'm not sure actually. So it's like basically a bunch of different people creating things in their rule set, and then they kind of like changing the rule set, like, yo guys, now we also own what you wrote. All right. Put a lifetime guarantee on everything. I mean, that's how like GNU and everything works, you know. GPL, GNU, all those licenses, like no one changes those. They just exist like that. So why not? It's possible. Yeah, exactly, Salpa, exactly. Like the campaign and everything is like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff is popular mostly by like things that people make there. I mean, the rule set is also popular, right? Like players play that stuff, like playing Dungeons and Dragons with friends and stuff like this. But there's also like a lot of actual content that is monetized though, that is built by other companies, not by them, and they just kind of like grab it all. It's kind of like, it's one of those cases when like a Who was that? Blizzard, I think, right, actually? Speaking of, did with the changes in their licensing for custom maps and everything. When they realized that they lost, you know, like Dota and some other stuff under their nose, basically. And they made like changes in license, so like all the custom maps you create are owned by them, basically. But as custom maps, like normally custom maps are not like that crazy. Like custom maps are mostly like, let's imagine like Dungeons and Dragons, just people playing and creating their own worlds and narratives. That's basically custom maps. There might be some like insane breakthrough all of a sudden that becomes commercially successful and ends up being like its own separate thing, but most of the time it's just kind of like some local things that no one cares about. But here they actually can take like all the commercial projects that are based on that rule set, and that's the biggest stuff. Game engines also charge 0. I mean, some do. Like Godot and stuff, they charge 0. They're entitled to some money, not the characters themselves. They might be entitled to some fees. Maybe they get already fees. That's the thing. Like, I'm not sure exactly. Like, let's see. Is there a way to find... OGL. Open game license. Let's see. Public copyright license may be used by tabletop role-playing game developers. Grant permission to modify, copy, and redistribute some of the content designed for their games, notably game mechanics. However, they must share alike copies and derivative works. Must share alike. Okay, I see. So they still need to use like the brand basically there. All right, language of the license, history, impact. I'm trying to find some sort of like monetization stuff there. Yes, even in a way, I guess. There might be some things that are kind of identifiable, that they are part of it. Alright, let's see. The OGL defines two forms of content. Open game content, game mechanic, and includes the methods, procedure, processes, and routines to the extent such content does not embody the product identity and is an enhancement over the prior, and any additional content clearly identified as open game content by contributor. It means any work covered by this license, including translation, derivative works under copyright law, but specifically excluding product identity. Product identity, product and product line names, logos, and identifying marks, including trade dress, artifacts, creatures, characters, stories, storyline, plots, thematic elements, dialogue, incidents, language. I get a bunch of stuff there. Use of another company's product identity is considered breach of the licensing agreement. All right. Pay a little. I mean, the thing is, they just like play. That is kind of like, you know, like so it's like a YouTube content creators made like millions by playing Minecraft, right? Should they go and give Mojang like a bunch of money? Not really. Yeah, the game engine stuff is different though. Yeah, like rule set, the monsters they created and stuff. It's like I still not sure. I think you just can kind of like make your own sort of thing. But man, I wonder, like open game license, like monetization. Oh, they want to introduce 25% revenue, a royalty. That's what they want to introduce, and that's why everyone's agreeing. But the thing is, like, it's like a set of rules and other stuff that was created like long ago by enthusiasts, right? And I mean, sure, yeah, people, it's kind of the same as, like, you know, if Blizzard now will go like, yo, dudes, you know, you made Dota with our stuff. How about you pay up, you know, this kind of stuff. I'm not sure. If someone made something super good and profitable based on your product and everything, and it's not even product really, like it's the set of rules. The only thing I can like think of that is like kinda maybe important is like the bestiary and everything, right? Like they have like a whole bunch of those like monsters and stuff that is described with like pictures with their stats and everything. I guess kind of that is a little, but you also can use it as a guideline, right? Like you basically can like change some rules a little bit, you know, like Pathfinder, for example, is based on like 3.5 or something Dungeons and Dragons, right? Which Dungeons and Dragons already moved some other way from that. They just like kind of, it's kind of like, it's basically like open source code in a way. They just like, you don't make money, you don't request people to like OBS, for example, or something, right? It's just open source code. Even though right now that open source code also belongs to like one company that wants to make money out of that. So there are branches, right? There's open source code, there's a branch in that. Like some other, like Pathfinder, they took a piece of that open source code and then they made their own stuff, for example. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing, Steve, actually. They want to charge 25% royalty if you make some amount, like, per year. That's what they wanted to do. To be honest, I think it's fine. I think it's if you use the like actual Dungeons and Dragons name and stuff like this, then yeah, I think yeah, if you use the brand and stuff, then I think it makes sense that they make something out of it. 25 might be chunky, yeah, but I think that's kind of makes sense if you use the brand and stuff. If you just kind of like use the rule set as the foundation to build your own thing, like I mean, it's not like that crazy unique, right? Like a bunch of fantasy monsters. Dice throwing and stuff, I mean, yeah, sure, it's sure already well defined and stuff, but it's not that crazy unique. You kind of like mentioned a little bit, yeah, the inactive Lost Ark players. That was like a ban waiver or something. Fine, I can look into it more in detail actually. Like I mentioned it. With the big meme song. Alright. Let's go on. Lost Ark vows to make right bans given out to lapsed players. Determined the error and are actively working on reversing them. So they were like just going for a bunch of bots and also got some inactive players. Yeah, let Unreal kinda. You think that's gonna happen next 5 years? Nah, I don't think that's gonna work though, that's the problem. The thing is, like, a lot of like streamers already, like, if you look at the top ones, they don't do gaming content anyway. Like, if they will try to charge those streamers something, they're just gonna move on for like just chatting, and those games and those studios that not charge anything for playing the game. It's like the Easter egg song, I think, from Warcraft. So it's like those who not gonna be charging streamers, they're gonna win. Those who gonna charge streamers, they're gonna lose. That's it. That's it, I think. Because a lot of big people already don't, like, they're just gonna go full like just chatting and stuff and like reacting and shit. They don't give a shit. Like, remove the games from them, fine, goodbye. We don't rely on you anymore anyway, right? Like for me, for example, yeah, that'll be bad, but I don't earn anything, so Take something from me, sure. I can't even pay to you. You're not accepting cards from here. There's just gonna be like a bunch of like indie games, other stuff. It's like imagine like there's a Mogus, right? And there's the the goose dog goose, whatever that shit is, right? Like Amogus gonna charge money. Everyone just go play that stuff because they don't charge money. Those guys got free promotion, just got free PR, free marketing for themselves, and they just make money out of that anyway. That's the thing. Would also charge reaction channels. I could think about it. Yeah, it depends what kind of reaction is though. What kind? Because I think was it who was it? Was it H3H3 who actually went to court and proved that the content was transformative? So like you need to define that really. You will need to define that if it's transformative or not enough. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna be charging for that kind of stuff. Original creator definitely entitled for some percents. Well, the thing is, you also need to kind of keep in mind that they still use the branding and stuff, right? They should be at least. Not all the time though. Like Pathfinder, for example. Like they made their own stuff. They made kind of successful stuff, right? They made the company and the whole system and stuff based on like the derivative of original. Yeah, I mean that would be kind of fair to pay some small percents to original creators. Probably, yeah, probably. I would think so. Like if you come up with some system and but again, this is like kind of tricky though. It's kind of tricky one. The ESL, exactly, something like that. But like if you play the game or if you made something and you still you promote the original product, you're making money but while still kind of promoting the product, I think that is fine. You still kind of pay just in exposure, not in exact literal money, but you pay in exposure sort of to original project. Kind of, Steve, kind of, yeah, that is sort of true. But again, like they could just make completely different system and just kind of like, which they kind of did, right? They based on Dungeons and Dragons, but it's not exactly. So like they did sort of their own. They took a bunch of stuff, changed it, added some new stuff, and it's theirs now. Kind of hard to say. It's kind of hard to say, really. And this is a complicated topic, I would say. I would say like some small royalty would be kind of fine, but then it's also gonna become kind of hard to even like think about it. Like you're making some sort of a tabletop or something on your own, and then like everything is like copyrighted. Like all right, we're doing like this mechanic. So like we would do armor class, right? You dice throw and like amount of hit if you goes over armor class or something. That's already like pay fees, bro. You're using our system here, use our rules here and stuff. Like how are you gonna be proving that you do something else, for example? Like you do different and don't use the Dungeons and Dragons or something. It's my own idea and stuff. Like it's just kind of that gets like very very weird. Yeah, watching 5 hours of TikTok compilation and giggling here and there. Yeah, one dumb legal mess. Yeah, I think it's kind of like the same as with coding, right? Like you don't want people to use your stuff. Don't do it open source. Make it corpa. See if it will take off. Like in general, you could even say that maybe partially, like Dungeons and Dragons took off and got where it is just because it became so popular because everyone is doing it because it's here you go, use it, you know. And it's kind of like that one of the cases like you made some open source piece of software, a bunch of people collaborated on that, and then you kind of like, you know what, dude, and it's actually kind of successful now. I kind of want money from that. How about we like, change that, make it proprietary now, and get some money? It's kind of weird too. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Because if they went corporate from the beginning, I think a lot of those people, including Pathfinder and stuff, they would just like make their own systems and like to not have to do anything with them. And that was just kind of this like trap sort of. They just kind of like use the system and now the system retroactively changes. So they kind of like, oh shit, well, we're kind of now in this situation here. I'm not sure if they're going to change it retroactively though. We'll see about that, how it's going to go. We'll watch how it's gonna go. Alright. Yes, up, and I think that is a right and good thing. Like if you want to do, like if you're sure I can make something, it's gonna be good, successful, I can do it. Go for it. Go commercial from the beginning. Make your own products, proprietary and stuff. But when you kind of like do something like, all right, I'm open worlded, open worlded, I'm open source and everything, contribute people, all free, take it, and then you kind of like, oh shit, not exactly, weird, weird. Even though I kind of understand, it was like a lot of effort, but I'm pretty sure the effort was put in all these bestiaries and the rule sets and advancement of rule sets. It was put there by a bunch of people, maybe people who not all of them even were like the part of the company and stuff. The collective effort and everything. A lot of people who made it already like left also and stuff. They still kind of have some profit sources, right? They just kind of suck with them that the games they made failed, and they're making games with the brand, right? They're making books with the brand and everything. I guess it's not that bad. They have money. It's not like the company is like poor and struggling or some shit. Not to mention that technically it doesn't take any maintenance, right? Like they made rules. Like sure, they need to update them maybe once in a while, but it's not like game, right? When you need to pump the content or something, it's like, well, here's the rule book, play. Some people don't even want new rule books. They still play like the old editions, right? They don't give a fuck about your new stuff. So you don't even need any like maintenance really. You just need like some like some accounting manager, like some marketing, some accounting. Don't need to make like some content on that anymore. You just like pretty small company, you can roll with it. Hey Portable, hello. Happy Sunday to you too, man. Happy Sunday to you too, huh? Ooh, man, that was actually massive then. A recent ban wave was incorrectly targeted lapsed Lost Ark players. Issue came to light when thousands of players flocked to Steam to lodge negative user reviews, dropping the mostly positive aggregate rating to a mostly negative. Let's see the title, let's see. Many state that the message that they received said ban inactivity, with no other reason given to their removal from the game. Following a recent wave of bot bans, we've seen an increase in ban appeals from players who have been incorrectly impacted by these bans, have determined the error that triggered these false bans, and are actively working on reversing them for all affected legitimate players, regardless of whether a support ticket has been filed. The post stops short of apologizing for the error, but players who think they've been unfairly affected are invited to submit a ban appeal ticket to customer support so that the team can more quickly assist with restoring your account and removing all penalties. Probably so, yeah, probably. That's already like, yeah, I don't think a lot of people will go and change the reviews even when it gets fixed. Good thing I played on a different account because we were a little region locked anyway. So I don't really care about that too much, thankfully. Even though I'm quite inactive there for almost a year already soon. Alright, but yeah, that is all for this week in terms of news.